Oh, okay, here we are again. Intro has played. We'll wait a couple minutes, we'll get started. I might even linger on this screen for a little bit, because we usually just immediately press start and go. This isn't Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I'm not going to get a copyright strike from sitting on the title screen, right, Sega? I guess at this point I'm supposed to say, why tempt fate, but I mean, honestly, I'm more curious than anything, so I think I'm going to tempt fate just for the hell of it. So. Well, we'll know soon enough. About 2 days when I export that. Cefico says, if they do what Nintendo don't, then they don't what Nintendo do, which is copyright strikes. That is a very easy way to remember that, yes, and I hope you are correct. And hello, Cefico. How you doing? Welcome back. We're just about ready to get started. I'm just waiting for my other clock. I got one clock at 4:31. I got another clock at 4:30, so I'm waiting for them to sync up. And once they do, we will get ready to go. Shouldn't be much longer. Because usually, well, I mean, I think they're about 30 seconds apart, so sometimes it takes a little bit. There it goes. A little tired, so we'll be around for 30 minutes or so. Sounds good, Cefico. You'll be here for the best part, aka me getting my ass kicked by Piastol for the third time. So let's go do that, shall we? Alright, so we have a few errands to run still today. There's a bit of stuff that we can do outside of just the stuff that we did previously. We did most of our running around, most of the heavy lifting last time. There's a few crew members to recruit. We've got a couple of moonfish to go put away to get some extra accessories. And maybe something we can sell? I forget, it depends on how far along we go. But the main draw of today's stream is going to be the Piastol fight, and she has added a new attack to her arsenal that hits all of us for heavy physical damage. So that's going to be great. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Skies of Arcadia Legends, the stream edition. Yeah, I love Turmoil too, that's why I keep putting myself in it. Last time, we took care of the Blue Gigas in Yafutoma, and took care of some treachery while we were at it, so we fixed them up, and we decided to travel east around the world because Beliza told us, hey, yeah, so the world is actually round, but we haven't told anybody yet, so you may want to actually like go around the world so that you can find out that that's exactly what happens. So we did, in fact, do that, and now we're here. And why does Enrique have the... Oh, yeah, Enrique has the Jade Swirl Ring because I need the Constitution Gem on Fina so she doesn't get stoned in this fight. So, or fatigued, because then she can Lunar Cleansing us. That's why I have that there. Oh, yeah, hang on, sorry. One last thing before I go. We got a few Captain Stripes last time, and they are over here. So let's use those on my ship, because it could use a little help. And, you know what? I'll use Sacri even from Vice's list, because it heals 4,000 on the ship, so. I don't care, we're going to be resting again anyway after Piastol's fight is over, so. I might even wait to rest, actually, until we get back to Crescent Isle, because I think there's a free heal when you go there, so. But yeah, so a few things to do today, and then we'll be in good shape. I have opted not to take my allergy pill today. I normally take my fish oil supplement for omega-3s at dinner. I took it at lunch today instead to reduce inflammation, which inflammation is the key cause, at least from my understanding, of allergy suffering. So, yeah, in case anyone needed a little lesson on that, that's how that works, at least as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, we'll see how it works. I don't know if it will or it won't, but I'll let you know. Actually, Aka's got Crystalline already, doesn't she? So we should switch her to... Maybe we can go to blue, because then we can start working on Wevlum for everybody. Well, mostly for Fina, to be honest. I don't really need it on anybody else. So. Oh yeah, managing the body it's incredibly fun after your 30s. It just makes so much sense and is so much fun. I love it. Hello Amarella, how you doing? Welcome back. You're just in time to watch me fight Piastol for the 3rd time. I decided not to do it at the end of the last stream because it probably would have taken a little while, so I said, yeah, we'll do it this time. So, that's the plan. Alright, Fina only needs 63 to get her next purple spell, which is Crystalline. Enrique needs 63 himself to get Crystallum, I think. And Vice is never, ever, ever getting whatever that purple spell is that he's got there, because it's 689 magic EXP, might be a little less than what we'll get for the remainder of the game, so... yeah, not happening. I should probably have the white map equipped while I'm coming out here, but oh well. Alright, so we'll float into place and we'll save. Maybe I should go hit up Pal while I'm on this screen so I can have him be my good luck charm for the fight. That sounds like a good idea. So let's go tell him what a good boy he is. Hang on, Piastol, I gotta go pet my dog. Take the helm, Lawrence. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Hello, good boy. Look at him. Alright, you stay here, pal. I gotta tussle with Piastol again. Hopefully she hasn't flown away just yet. I don't know if her position on the ship resets or if it... no, it stays in the same place. Whoop. Okay, hit the R button. My bad. Yes, doggo! Gotta go pet my dog for good luck. You keep saying that, Piastol. It still hasn't... well, okay, it happened once, but I didn't have Justice Shield then, so, you know. That is a fair question. We still haven't gotten a good answer on that. Why? Some of us aren't despicable, at least not in most cases. Oh. Yeah, I guess that would make you feel... but then, shouldn't you just hate... explicitly the... oh, okay. I'm gonna say, shouldn't you just hate explicitly the air pirates that took your family's life, but apparently we were... what do you mean? Were we there, or... and how could we have done anything that could cause you to want to take revenge on specifically us? What? Yeah, the saying is justice is blind, Piastol, but I'm pretty sure they don't mean it like this. Alright, well, I can see I'm not going to convince you, so let's just hope that Ducat's Tunics and Justice Shield will convince you.
I will avenge my father.
I'm not so sure about that, but okay. Alright, so switch to red as usual because we want to start off with a Glyph of Might and work around the dog because her dog can cast Incremus and we don't want that. So obligatory Delta Shield and obligatory... you know what, I'll switch everybody else to blue so we can start working on... no, actually I should probably stay on purple for everyone really, but I'll stay on purple so we can work on Crystalline, excuse me, for Fina. So... and I'm probably going to have her use a Glyph of Might as well, so she has a little more defense, and then we Justice Shield, and we hope for the best. What did I use on Vice? A Glyph of Might, okay. That's fine.
May righteousness be our shield. Shield of justice.
Once again, I'll use this once per stream, as long as I remember, so that I can show you why it's the loudest sound effect in the game, and why I don't want to use it. That's where I saw an innocent 10-year-old Vice and vowed all my hatred against him. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Oh, here's the new attack. Well, that was fast. Okay, well, see, with Ducat's Tunics and Justice Shield, it's not too bad. And the dog's attacking, which is actually kind of okay. Might get, yeah, fatigued from it, but that's alright. I can probably finish him with a couple of Cutlass Furies, so... Hey, Lifeblood, how's it going? Welcome back. We just started the fight against Piastol, number 3. So, we're gonna keep it up in a minute. And see if it goes the way that the last one went. Yes, pet that dog with your sword. Exactly. That is, in fact, the plan, yes. So let's do that before the dog gets any bright ideas, shall we? Okay, I have exactly enough SP to use Justice Shield and Delta Shield. Perfect. I'll just Curia Crystal Vice. That should be fine. Alright. You are currently in the 25th dimension and don't know the way back. Oh, that's not good. Say hello to whatever extra-dimensional beings you can find on the way there, though, because maybe they'll be able to tell you possibly your way back. Yes, we will in fact pet harder as soon as I get the opportunity to attack here. Bonk. Fatigue? No fatigue. Good! Pet the doggo with your sword, Vice. Show him you care. By knocking off about half of his HP. Whoops.
Let's try this.
Alright, gonna need a Sacrum Crystal next turn for sure, but that's okay. Thankfully, Piastol doesn't have a way to cleanse your buffs, so once you have Incrum up, it's really, like, it's there for good, so that's really nice. 7, that'll leave me with 5, so this is not a turn to use Cutlass Fury, unfortunately. So we just Delta, and we Sacrum Crystal. There we go, and we Justice Shield. Wait, no one has a normal sword. Vice has cutlasses, and the Prince has a Dagon, and everyone else has also no normal sword. Yeah, normal swords are hard to come by in this game. I think Ramirez is the only person that uses, like, what would normally be considered, like, a straight sword, so... Everybody kind of just does something different because they feel like being different, I guess.
Let's try this.
So, I guess it shows a difference in, you know, all the cultures by showing all of the different types of swords that people can use in this world, but yeah, no normal swords for anybody, so. By the way, if you're given a choice between focusing with Vice or focusing with Fina, always focus with Vice because Vice has his regular spirit stat is always higher than Fina's or the same as Fina's at any given level, so yeah, that's why you want to do that. Okay, we got plenty of SP, so... well, we'll Curia Crystal, that's a good idea. Probably have to buy a few of these when we're done, but that's okay. Piastol, if she uses a regular physical attack, can also stone a single character, so that's no fun, but... yeah, we'll be fine, I think. Realize now with Dagon you meant Rapier. Oh yeah, I mean... they're not exactly the same thing, but it's the same idea. I knew what you meant, so... Okay, so there's Incremus. That's not a death knell like it is in the first fight with them, because Fina can actually cleanse this off of them now using Lunar Winds, so we'll probably do that next turn instead of Cutlass Fury, as you'll see in a moment. I think Lunar Winds is 6 SP, so that'll be... it shouldn't be too bad to use that.
Let's try this.
I'll probably have Vice use a Sacrum Crystal next turn just for safety as well, since I'm having Fina use Lunar Winds. But we'll see. Dog's a little tankier in this fight, though. I'll tell you what, he's hanging in there. You know, I don't think I really need it all that badly. Let's just attack and do our normal stuff. Except, we'll do this. So this is her new move, and it damages enemies and removes their beneficial effects, which is obviously really nice for stuff like this, where they use Incremus, and you can't just drill them and prevent them from using it, so, yeah. Does she join you after you clear whatever weird misunderstanding? No. I was gonna, like, hold it in suspense, but no, she doesn't join you. There is an ending to her story that I think is actually pretty good, but I won't spoil that part, but she doesn't join your crew, so. She has her own thing that she does after the fact. That is a big cupel. In case you managed to get the final version of Cupel, by the way, by feeding Cupel all 30 Chams and 3 Aberic Chams, he does the exact same thing as that for his regular physical attack. He sucks up the enemy and then spits them out, so, yeah. Okay, but that takes care of that, so now, you know, I can probably knock out the Death Hound with a regular physical attack, and do we need to... Yeah, we need to heal, so... I'll just Cutlass Fury just for safety, and then do the normal stuff, and have you use a Sacrum Crystal. There we go. And do that. Alright, now as long as the dog doesn't go first and gets Incremus back up again, which he probably will now that I said it, we should be okay. I'll have to Lunar Winds again if he does. I mean, it's not a big deal if he does, but we can... It's more annoying than anything else, I guess. Alright, that's good, because she's wasting her turn. Now, what are we doing? Sacris. Okay, that's fine. Is that on Piastol herself? It is, okay. Yeah, the dog almost never heals itself for some reason. I guess it's a very loyal pupper. But, I don't know. I'd think self-preservation would kick in at some point. Apparently not, though. Goodbye, dog. Yeah, okay, that's, that is an attack, Lunar Winds, yeah. So... If she joined you, she'd be much, much weaker, as the meme goes. Yeah, usually that's what happens, right, is that their stats go down when they join your party or they join your crew. It's a little unfortunate, but it's usually how it goes. Did not mean as a party member, yeah. As a crew member, I don't even know what she'd be in the crew in terms of, like... I mean, I guess she'd just fit under Sailor, because she doesn't seem to have any particular, like... She's not a gunner or anything like that, but... I mean, whatever. Let's see how much Cutlass Fury does to her, and we'll go from there. And let's see here. Well, we're good in that department, so I guess just focus Fina, and then we'll do some... Actually, hang on. Do I need anything else for anybody else? I guess I could put, like, Increm up for other people, too. Nah, it's fine. We'll be okay. She stops wanting to murder you, at least. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, catchy! Something like that, yeah. Got some pancakes caught in my throat, excuse me. Yeah, and gets some resolve, yeah. At least she gets resolution for her character arc, yeah, that's nice. By the way, the reason why Vice, yeah. What am I thinking of? Fire Emblem Awakening for Vake? The reason why Vice is taking less damage than everybody else with Deluge, and eventually when she uses Tempest Stance, he'll also take less damage if she uses it on them, is because the Dream Cutlass reduces blue elemental damage by an additional 20%. So he has 40% resistance rather than everybody else who just has the 20. So, yeah. That's how that works. Am I ever going to generate enough SP if I keep doing this? Maybe. I guess we can find out. Trying to generate enough SP to use Pirate's Wrath, but I might be better off just focusing and then using Pirate's Wrath every other turn, honestly. So, yeah, we like Vike, yeah, something like that. This is why you want to use Delta Shield, because Eternaz has the potential to kill every member of your party. Excuse me. Instant death is actually pretty dangerous in this game, though mostly when the enemy uses it, because it has a 50% chance to KO your target. If it's Eternee or Eternez. If it's Eternum, and they're not immune to instant death, it will instantly KO whatever your target is. So, yeah, don't mess with it. It's not a good idea. Alright, Sacrum Crystal, a Go-Go, and Justice Shield, and next turn we'll Pirate's Wrath. And no, don't be that mean to Akechi. Pancakes. Excuse me, I thought I heard someone mentioning delicious pancakes. Yes, you heard Morgana, you jackass. Way to play your cards at the beginning of the game. Anyway, enough about spoiling Persona 5's plot. Let's kick Piastol's ass the rest of the way. Why is it already victory music? We've dealt enough damage to get her, well, to get the total amount of HP in the battle below 50%. So usually that's when the victory music starts playing, is when the total amount of HP in the fight is at or below 50%. That's when the victory music kicks in, so, yeah. I think I would prefer it if it kicked in at like 25 or 30% myself, but I mean, whatever, it's fine, I guess. Look at that, worked out perfectly for the amount of SP we had. Long fight, huh? Hanging in there? Yeah, mass instant death, exactly. And this is why Delta Shield is busted. It's so essential to most of the fights in this game because a ton of the late game bosses utilize instant death, so. Or Drillnos, both of which are big, big problems. So. Hey Marie, how's it going? Welcome back. Yeah, you got here at a good time. We're taking on Piastel number 3. Fight's going good so far. Let's just knock on wood to make sure she doesn't do anything stupid. Like, you know, stone Aka and then use Eterniz on the next turn. Alright, well, one more Cutlass Fury and one more Pirate's Wrath and she should be down, so that's fine. We'll just do exactly that then. Or should I just do a Pirate's Wrath? I don't think one Pirate's Wrath is going to be enough to take her down from that level, so we'll just, yeah, we'll just focus and do this, and then we'll focus next turn, and we'll go from there, because we'll probably need to heal next turn, so we can have Fina do that. You've been in training since about 11 a.m. It's still not over. Oh, my condolences. That's 6 hours of training. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it ends soon, because I can't even imagine. How should he have known it was a cat? He did not see who talked, that's true. It just tipped his hand to the player, I guess, because the player would be cognizant of that. So, I don't know. It never really... Him being the secondary antagonist, kind of, sort of, a little bit, never really came as a shock to me in Persona 5, even the first time I played it, because it was like, okay, no, I caught that. You don't have to be that obvious about it, guys. It's okay. Okay, anyway. Let's just do this. But that's just me. So, yeah, talk about anticlimactic. Well, this isn't the dramatic final battle against her. We'll probably be a little bit less prepared for the final battle against her because she'll be like, I want to say at least 3 levels above us in that one with some pretty pumped up stats. So. Oh, thank you for attacking Vice. He's the one with the most defense against this. Nice. I say that, and she's probably still only going to deal like a maximum of 15 or 1800 damage somewhere in there in the final battle, so. Yeah, the pancake thing, yeah, that's what we were talking about, because we mentioned Akechi, so of course we mentioned delicious pancakes. I have to pick between Justice Shield and Delta Shield if I use Pirate's Wrath on this turn, don't I? Well, I guess we're focusing again. Don't worry, we'll get enough SP to use this a little more often later on, but yeah, for now we just gotta deal. For you, since you did not notice it and you did not know Persona likes plot twists, okay, yeah, so then you wouldn't have seen it coming in your case, so I guess it depends, you know, it depends on how cognizant you are of that stuff and, you know, how much attention you're paying. I don't know, a lot of, like, story beats and plot beats I've paid a lot of attention to since I was in community college, because I used to, like, do, not tutoring stuff in the writing lab, but I used to, like, give people tips in the writing lab, and when I say give people tips, I mean most of the time I would tear a lot of their work to shreds, and, yeah, I mean, I tried to be gentle about it, but I can't say that it was necessarily, like, I didn't want to be like, oh no, this is good when it's bad, you know? So I would tell them, no, this is what works, this is what doesn't, this is what you have to go back and edit. And it's left me very, like, I guess critical of a lot of plot points in games. Like, more critical than probably most people. Probably more critical than is healthy, but hey, sometimes it's entertaining. I'd like to think, anyway. Alright, let's finish her off. And probably not quite get Crystalline for Fina, but we'll probably come close. Literally the easiest thing to catch. Hear that line. Wait, I thought people had to go into the metaverse to hear Morgana gears slowly start turning. You know, all her special moves are pretty close to the moves you unlock with the Moonberries, and she uses all magic colors. She is a player unit. Yeah, she has a multitude of elements. She could probably be a player unit if circumstances were different, but unfortunately circumstances are not different, so. She's kind of unique in that way, though. Some other bosses use multiple different elements and have, you know, their own super moves, but not like... They don't upgrade as the game goes on like Piastols do, you know, so... Okay, 10 magic experience and 6,000 experience. This is why I didn't want to level up before I got to her, because if we hit 35, she would have been like 38. And I was like, I don't know about that. It's also why I might start avoiding fights a little more now that we got Ryukon, because we don't really need to keep our swashbuckler rating super high now because we already got him, so we don't really need to. You do if you're going to play through the game and get it 100% complete, though, so don't do what I'm going to do if you want 100% completion, because if you want 100% completion, you need to run from, like, I think a maximum of 25 fights across the entire game, so... Still a decent amount, sure, but not like... I'll be running from basically every fight from now till, like... the first episode of the Silver Moon arc? Probably. Oh boy. By that logic, Sai Nijima should understand Morgana. Yeah, possibly. You would think Sai might have after the whole Great Escape sequence, yeah. But I don't know if she ever does. Maybe it's because she's an adult. I don't know. Sometimes media does that where it's like, well, when you get to be an adult, you don't understand things that kids or adolescents do anymore, and so they take it literally, and they say, no, you quite literally can't understand that because you can't hear the animal talk or see the imaginary friend, or etc. So, I'm pretty sure this is your father telling you that it's not a good... It's like a futile effort, you know, so... Yeah, you should probably spill the beans at this point, because it's kind of weighing on my conscience, because I'm pretty sure we didn't kill your family, but let's listen to it directly from your mouth, and maybe we'll know. Excuse me. Okay. I wonder if this coincides with something we've already been working on. Well, that's not good on a ship. It probably means the ship is on fire.
Father!
Yeah, the ship is on fire. Great. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, that does look like our logo, yeah. Well, he's probably right. I mean, women and children first is the way that they usually evacuate a ship, so... At least that's how it used to be in the old days. And you had a younger sister. Oh, yeah, so when Enrique has those three... Like, Enrique and Eika have those 3 lines there, it means they've learned all of the spells in that particular element. So, Eika's learned all 6 purple spells, so she's already got Crystalline, the most powerful purple magic. And Enrique's already got Electrolen, the most powerful yellow magic. So that's why that's blanked out for them, and that's why I have them on different elements than the ones they've already mastered. So, sorry, I should have cleared that up earlier. Eika, what were you... Oh, no, wait, actually, yeah, hang on. We were there because that was Dine's ship we just saw, so... What were we doing there, exactly? Are you sure we invaded your ship? Because, I mean, we didn't set the Valuan ship on fire when we raided it before. And also, she was unarmed. And also, you tried to murder her. This is still not coming into favor of us killing your parent. Ow. Yeah, so that scar that's under Vice's eye, Piastol gave it to him. So, that's how that came about. Pretty sure he had the scar in the original version of the game, too, on the Dreamcast, before Piastol was added into the game. So maybe it was just like... They decided to give it some context, and this is what they did. Well, obviously we didn't burn on the ship that we definitely did not destroy. That would be kind of silly, wouldn't it? That if we were to set it on fire, why would we board it if we just set it on fire? Ah, the Aquila, okay. I wonder, was that the name of Gregorio's ship? Because there was Angela and then... No, I think his was something else. It was like the Agira or something. I forget. Anyway. A sword wound? And it was a younger sister, you said, too. Huh. Yeah, but I think you've got a few things mixed up here. Because why would we set your ship on fire? No. I don't. Thank you. Yeah, remember, we're blue rogues, so we only take from people who deserve it, and evidently you didn't deserve it. Yeah. Yeah, we saw that the ship was on fire, probably by the person that killed your father via sword wound, and then we were gonna offer aid. I don't think she would lie to you about something like that, especially considering Vice saved her life. Yeah, that came back to haunt you, didn't it? Oh boy. I mean, you shouldn't blame yourself for it. What happened, happened, but you should still carry your weapon with you anyway. Yeah, I guess that's fair. It was kind of a defining moment in their, their lives. So, probably the first time they saw combat. So, it makes me wonder why Dyne sent them onto a burning ship in the first place. Like, they were 10. Are you sure they should be wandering onto a burning ship? Like, what if they can't get out? What if they get trapped in a room or something? I don't know. Okay. So, if I defeat you in battle the next time, does that mean you'll stop this craziness? Because, like, it's starting to get out of hand. Anyway, yeah, so she'll hit us up at the Sailors Guild with a black spot like she always has the next time we want to fight her. And I forget if that's after we get the next crystal or if that's a little later than that. I guess we'll find out. You almost wish she was a time rat instead of this being a misunderstanding. Yeah, why does it always come down to that? Like, it always comes down to, I forgot some details, or I have poor communication skills. It's just, this is what I mean, though, when I say I don't like that trope, because it just shows up everywhere. So, should we heal? I guess I could just use Sacrum. Well, like I said, I think we get a free heal when we go back to Crescent Isle, and we'll be going back there soon enough, so that's probably fine. In the interim, though, I'm going to take off the Ancient Bracer and put on the white map, because we probably don't need to get into too many fights between here and there. And now we want the Suiron Blade equipped, now that we don't have to deal with Piastel. Since it's a little better, but also it's going to help us with recruiting a crew member. So, this is still the best you have, right? Because the Moonlight Robe is for Fina. You get the Moondust Ring. You get the... oh yeah, Enrique has it. I'll get it off of him in a second. Moonlight Robe for you. And then still haven't upgraded his weapon, but he really doesn't need it. And we'll get an upgrade in the next dungeon for his weapon, so I'm not really worried about it. I guess we can give you that for now. Take this off because we'll give it back to you in a second. And then, there you go. Okay. I like how she assumed a 10-year-old killed her father. Yeah, it's a little bit of a silly thing. Maybe she assumed that, like, Vice's dad killed her dad or something, and she just didn't know how to find Vice's father or something. Maybe this is, like, step one of the plan. Like, okay, kill Vice, and then find his dad by basically saying, hey, I killed your son, you killed my father, prepare to die, or something like that. I don't know. That would be my guess, though. Alright, I'm going to say no, we aren't going to stop off. We'll buy supplies and stuff when we go to Crescent Isle, because we should have shops there now. And let's go give some moonfish to Maria's burb. Yeah, that lighthouse actually works. Yeah, it's kind of nice, because sometimes you see a lighthouse in these old games and they don't actually have a light coming from them, which I guess defeats the purpose a little bit. Alright, big guy. Let's see how big you can actually get. I think this is 18, so we should metamorphose in a minute. Maybe that was 17. But yeah, he should metamorphose a total of 2 more times. Like, it should be 1 more, and then the last one should finish his metamorphosis. So, let's see what he coughed up. 2 gold bullions. Nice. So you can sell those they're in the ship parts section of your inventory, and you can sell them for a decent chunk of money, so we will do that. Yeah, little critter? What little critter? Yeah, he's not exactly little anymore, is he? Oh, there we go. He's metamorphosing again. Everybody shield your eyes! Vice, does your dad have 6 fingers on one hand? Oh boy. Let's hope not. Well, he looks different because he can float now, so that's cool. He's also smiling at me, which is kind of interesting. I think he has like little miniature wings on his back now. If you can't really see it from here, but you can kind of see them flapping very vaguely. All of you might not be able to see it because of the quality, but I can see it on my screen here. So he has 4 wings, essentially. Yep, and he also has a very bad hair day, or a very good one, depending on how you look at it. Thanks, big guy. One of these times he's going to throw that at me, and it's going to make me fly all the way off the ship. Just terminal velocity, that shit. And here's where you're supposed to get your first Constitution gem, so... if you did not get one from the Dark Rift, from an enemy drop, I would say feed the Moonfish to Maria's bird first before fighting Piastol, because that'll allow you to get one of these, so... I don't think it has teeth. I haven't seen any teeth, so probably not. Yeah, whatever he is now... Oh, you see back wings? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if the quality would prevent that. You can see them from here now, though. So, yeah. He's getting to the point where maybe eventually he'll be able to fly away on those wings if they get a lot bigger. He's got quite a bit of body weight to take him, that he has to get through in order to take him away, so. And what do we got here? Last prize is actually the accessory that I wanted to give Enrique to begin with, the defensive aura. It's actually pretty good. I'll talk about it in a second when I go back to Enrique. If it came out the other end, it would have been a constipation gem. Yeah, let's, I'm just glad that did not happen. So. Oh, did you name your bird finally? His name is Piccolo, huh? Nice. Good work, Maria. Yeah, we'll bring a few more around. We'll probably have a few when we go to Crescent Isle, and then there'll be a few more left after that. You can pick up the last 3 Moonfish in the game basically at the exact same time, but you need to get an upgrade for the ship that we don't have yet, so, yeah. Since when do birds have wings? No, wait, I meant teeth. Have you ever seen a Canadian goose lifeblood? If you've never seen a Canadian goose, you should look up a Canadian goose, because they have teeth where there should not be teeth. And they are, in fact, birds, so... Yeah, we're feeding a baby kaiju, pretty much, yeah. Essentially. Yeah, well, it looks like they basically grew up together, so... I don't know where she got this thing after, you know, she was separated from the rest of her family. Oh, and she has an older sister. Those are just jagged beaks, no. From my understanding, they also have some small teeth on their tongues, but I could be wrong about that. I think I saw that in a video once, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not a biologist, so. Yeah, do not anger the geese, no. They are very pretty watching them walk across the road when they have babies. Trust me, there's a small creek near my house where they nest, like, every year, but yeah, don't anger them. It's not worth it. So. Oh, were you lost in thought? Yeah, that's right, you used to know Ramirez, and Fina has a bit of a... She needs to know why he's not the Ramirez she remembers, huh? Wait a fucking second, you're pretty sure you know the older sister. Ah, the pieces are coming together, huh? That's good. Well, we'll see the pieces come together a little more the more we do this quest, so. The Flat Earth Society, saying they have members around the globe / world, is your favorite. Okay, say that again, but slower thing, yeah. Around the globe. Sir, do you know what a globe is? Do you know what a sphere is? Because it's not flat. It occupies a 3-dimensional space and is not a disc. Oh, man. Yeah, so apparently Admiral Mendoza was in Ixataca at one point. Okay. What seems to be the problem, Ramirez? Well, you're right, but they didn't stop, so apparently you didn't complain enough. Well, at least he seems receptive to the idea. No teeth, just beak. Never teeth on birds. You are correct. Okay, well, there you go. Like I said, I'm not a biologist, so I'm not saying what I said was correct. It's possible, though, that they evolved to not need teeth because, I mean, most birds, at least from my understanding, most birds nowadays are descendants, like really distant descendants of dinosaurs. So, they obviously had a lot more teeth back in the day, and they must have like evolved out of the need for them because they started eating smaller prey. So, again, not a biologist though, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's what a proper admiral is supposed to do: take responsibility for the grievances of his ship. So, excuse me. Oh, we know that guy. So he was on par with Mendoza at one point, but apparently he was very good at his job of killing people. And also, he's the reason why Ixataka was forced into slavery. That's just great. Why would Ramirez follow this fuck? Like, what possible reason could he have had? Oh, we'll find out. Apparently, he confronted him even at one point. How could you treat other human beings as below you? That's not okay. It really isn't, so... I agree with Ramirez in this case, and I can't believe I'm saying that considering who he is now, but... yeah, I agree with his past self on this. I don't think he was talking about, Mendoza. Well, you gotta remember, he's a Sylvite Admiral Mendoza, Admiral Galcian. He's not exactly privy to the ways of the world. It's probably why he's so naive. Oh, I think I see where this is going. It's still a bit of a stretch if you ask me, but we'll talk about that later when we get the next cutscene in this little chain. Ramirez has no clue about this? No, he knows. He knows about this, so he's aware of the Ixatacan slavery problem, so... I don't know, brainwashing, yeah, something like that. We shall see. There's a couple more scenes in the Moonfish quest. There's one at the end, but there's also one... no, there's three, actually. There's one more talking about Ramirez's past after this. There's one at the end of the quest, and then there's one that's like an epilogue, so... yeah. Training is finally over. Nice, Marie. Congrats. Now you can hopefully get some rest or at least chill for a little bit. Well, we know why he was searching for what he was searching for now, all the moon crystals, because that would be the greater power that he was talking about. Is this going to be like some Darth Sidious, Darth Vader thing? Because that's where it's starting to go. Episode 3 wasn't even out yet when this game came out. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, if you would have shown him a little more of the world, but that's like coulda, woulda, shoulda, Doc. Like, we can't blame ourselves for that. She's calling you by name so much that she replaced your name in the dialogue box. There's a few typos in this game, but it's to be expected. If I remember right, the English translation for this game, they had to, like, do it in 4 months or something ridiculous like that. And for an RPG of this length, that's, like, absurd. So... yeah, we'll come back when we get some more Moonfish so we can, you know, let Maria hang out and then we can talk about it later. Sounds like a plan. Yo, get over it and get the fucking purple crystal. I don't care for the sorry excuses of people. Now, don't worry. We're working on the purple crystal in a very short period of time. where do I need to go for the last of my errands before we do that? We need to go to Esperanza, and we need to go to Maramba. Once we get those, we will, in fact, go work on the Purple Crystal, and to do that, we need to go back to Crescent Isle. So let's go down here, then we'll go up here, and then we'll go up here. I love how you've been hired in the middle of training at the new job and still have people trying to recruit you, at least 3 calls and 5 emails a day. Don't put those away because depending on how this company goes, you might need them. Where were you fucks 4 months ago? Yeah, that's what I said when when I got my job at the credit union back in 2015. I was still a naive boy of the world, and I wasn't really aware of the fact that the bank teller job would end up basically just being customer service because they were never going to promote me. So I also applied to the bridge commission in my city, which is close to an international bridge. And that would have been a much better job because it was basically civil service and had a better retirement package and every other possible thing you can imagine. But I didn't know. And then they contacted me like 6 months after I started working at the credit union, and they were like, hey, are you still looking for a job? And I was like, I mean, I already got hired. Biggest mistake of my life. Should have gone to the Bridge Commission. I would still be employed if I went to the Bridge Commission at this point. So. Poor puppy. Go get some water, good boy. You could use some. Keep the emails, bro. They all want you to go back to your old company. Yeah, no, don't do that. That's not a good idea either. And you're not allowed to work remotely anymore. Yeah, no, definitely. Don't keep those emails. Throw those as far in the trash bin as they can go. But if they're new employers, I would say maybe keep them and, get back to them. It's always good to kind of keep your options open, especially if the job that you're in is like, I don't know how I like this one. Like, there's a trial period, basically, for me where I say, okay, well, I don't know how I like this job, so I'm just gonna... I keep the stuff so I can try to reply to them, and in case something really bad happens where I'm like, okay, I definitely don't want this job anymore, so, yeah. Alright, so we need to go back to the tavern, because Don was interested in having us, talking to us after we made it back from the Dark Rift, so let's go see what he has to say now that we did. What's up, you old drunk? How you doing? Yeah, we made it through the Dark Rift and we came back. We sailed around the fucking planet. Your old company seems to be one of the ones that thinks that we need to be in the office to function, and they're offering even more pay, almost like it's an incentive to get people back into commuting. Yeah, no, don't take it, because all of that extra money will go down the drain when you commute. Just trust me on that one. I know how that goes. It's not worth it. So Valua has been beaten when fighting Air Japan, so they have no high or low altitude ability for their ships, so they have no way to reach the Purple Crystal, so that means the locals are a problem. Yeah, they don't have any way of reaching the Purple Crystal, so the only thing we're going to have to deal with when we get there is whatever localized problems are happening in that area. And that's probably why it only takes, like, a couple of hours to get the Purple Crystal, so, yeah. Hell, we might be pretty close to getting it by the time this stream is over, so... Well, we can take you there at some point. We might go back to Yafutoma. Hell, if I get my way, we'll be sailing above and below the Dark Rift. Well, if it's what you know, you might as well get back on that saddle. Yeah, no, I know you're not crazy, and yeah, that extra pay would go to gas, exactly, so I wouldn't even do it. Alright, so Don joins as our second helmsman. It's kind of like the difference between Pow and Merida for the Jester spot. Lawrence is an attacker in battle, and he increases your ship's quick stat. Don is a healer when used as part of the Blue Rogue's attack, and when you... basically, he also has a passive. He increases your ship's dodge percentage. So, their passive effects are honestly pretty equal. Dodge percent and quick are both pretty important in ship battles. But I just like Lawrence better because he's an attacker when you use the Blue Rogue's attack, so that's usually why I keep him instead. Alright, and now we got one more crew member to go recruit that is outside of Crescent Isle. There's like 3 to recruit when we get to Crescent Isle, so yeah, there's that. Now, for this one in particular, I hope you took my advice about getting that Suiran blade when you were back in Yafutoma, because if you didn't, you're going back to Yafutoma before you recruit this party member, or this crew member. So, yeah, hopefully you took my advice. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but you only have yourself to blame. Alright, this is Maramba, right? Yeah, because there's the separated town. Yep. Now, I want to check something when we get here, because the last time we were here, Rupee didn't show up at that dock. Okay, they're here now. Alright, cool. I don't think I have anything to sell. So. Let's head back into town, because we actually have to get across to the other side of town where the tavern was to recruit our next crew member. So. Shows how stingy they were. That gave you a 30-cent raise after 1.5 years, but now they're offering $5 more per hour in exchange for going back on site from day one. Yeah, I wasn't born yesterday. This stuff is painfully obvious, yeah. I don't know what they think people are gonna think about that, but, like, it's just, like, no, how gullible do you have to be to take that offer? I mean, I guess if you never worked for them before and you're used to working on site, it would probably be an improvement, but, like, no. Do you even use the Blue Rogue's attack? It's kind of like Prophecy, in my opinion. I usually don't use it very often. I will use it at least once on this playthrough, and I know exactly where I want to use it. But maybe I'll try to use it more than once. I'll, you know, try to get it just so everybody can see what it does before the moment where it's appropriate, like thematically appropriate to use. So, I'll try. In the meantime, let's ride the Shoepuff over to the other side of Maramba and recruit our next crew member. This is probably a baby Shoepuff if it is a Shoepuff, because I'm pretty sure Shoepuffs are like 50 feet long. Oh well. And I didn't even get the accent right. I'm pretty sure his accent is closer to like Jar Jar Binks, but yeah, I can't do a Jar Jar Binks accent. That's a little much even for me. The thing is cool AF in Final Fantasy X. Yeah, I think that's like the farthest I ever got in Final Fantasy X was up to the Shoepuff station, and that's it. Like, right after the high road that was right there. So, I think at some point soon, like when we get to the next game, because it's going to be an action game, I'm probably going to play Final Fantasy X on my own time and finally finish it. Just because I've never finished it before, so. This thing can't be in any way slower. Yeah, it's not exactly fast, but that's okay. Yeah, all aboard, indeed. Or all aboards, as he says in his Jar Jar Binks accent. What's up, Khalifa? Califa? However you say it. Probably gonna say Khalifa. Oh, a Suiran blade, huh? I just so happen to have a katana like that. Perhaps. So what is your fate? Did I say Califa before? I might have said Califa the first time we were here. Oh well. Well, now at least we can get our fortunes read from the ship, so we don't have to come all the way back here, you know. Should come in handy. And yeah, she's our second merchant, so she'll take Osmond's place as a merchant. They both heal as a part of the Blue Rogue's attack, and I think the only difference between the two of them is that Osmond gets you valuable items, like those crystal balls, after certain fights, after certain ship battles. Which I guess is kind of weird, because you'd think that Khalifa would be the one to get you crystal balls, since she's a seer, but whatever. And then for Khalifa, what she gets you is she gets you rare equipment for your ship from certain ship battles. Usually elemental cannons that are particularly fueled by one element, like a fire elemental cannon or an ice elemental cannon. And one of them is like a really, really powerful gun that you can't get anywhere else in the game. So she's probably going to be our merchant for the remainder of the game, just because most of Osmond's stuff after this now is just optional ship battles. So yeah, I think Khalifa's better, to be honest, because they give you lots of money in this game, but the extra equipment that you can get from Khalifa, you can't get it anywhere else. So that's usually why I have her be my active merchant. So yeah. Yeah, impossible! There you go. That's the closest I'll get to a Jar Jar Binks accent. A nerd seer. Okay, cool. There you go. The Wizard Khalifa, or Wiz Khalifa for short, yeah. I don't even think Wiz Khalifa was a thing when this game came out. I wonder if he's a Skies of... There, I don't even know if it's a he. I think it's a he. Wonder if they're a Skies of Arcadia fan. So I said why I didn't like Don. Domingo and Tika Tika. Tika Tika is just better because of the extra torpedo accuracy. It's kind of up to you whether you want to have a Rala or a Polly. I like a Rala because of her SP command that you can use in battle. Marco and Robinson are pretty interchangeable, I think. Let me see. Double all your spirit points for one turn, reduce your spirit point cost of actions. I guess Robinson could be better, but I don't know. I usually like to keep Polly and Robinson on standby because they're husband and wife and they haven't seen each other for years, so they've got quite a bit of catching up to do. If you know what I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, we're done in Maramba, so let's head back to Crescent Isle now and we'll actually continue with the plot. Obviously, she could be. Rappers do take samples from game music. That's true, yeah. So, I don't know. I'd have to listen to Wiz Khalifa's music and see if they ever sampled from this game. I wouldn't be shocked. I think that some of the game's music could probably be taken for a decent beat. But, oh wow, as to me talking about Polly and Robinson catching up. Giggity. Anyway, let's head back to Crescent Isle now before I have to deal with that. Oh, actually, I don't want to go this way. I want to go this way because that... in there is a ship battle, an optional ship battle that you can do if you're looking to unlock the 3 secrets. That ship battle respawns quite frequently. I don't know exactly what the respawn conditions are for it, but it respawns quite frequently, and you can basically kill them with 2 Electrums. So, yeah, they're very easy to defeat. Just in case you are looking for something extra to do in between, you need to do a total of 12 optional ship battles in order to get access to the 3 secrets later. So... And I suppose I haven't mentioned what the 3 secrets are yet, have I? So the 3 secrets are unlocked when you do not quite 100% of the game. You basically, if you do like 95% of the game, you unlock them. One of them is Vice's ultimate weapon, exclusive to the Legends version of the game, ultimate weapon. One of them is a secret super boss fight, and one of them is the hidden 89th discovery that was not in the game originally, so... Yeah. Excuse me. What do you mean, why is everything flying again? It's Arcadia. Everything flies normally. Elaborate for me a little, and then maybe I'll be able to explain it for you. I almost think this game's airship speed is nice. You never stay with one for too long, but that reminds you of Final Fantasy III. Yeah, thankfully there's no, like, airship switching in like there is in Final Fantasy III in this game. There's you don't have to worry about that part, so. Oh, the rocks. Yeah, those rocks are there, I think, for the vast majority of the game in Maramba, so at least in that area. It's just a part of their like Sandstorm Red Moon aesthetic. And in case you weren't here for the last episode, us seeing Crescent Isle at this point is actually kind of an important thing, because that means we sailed east from Yafutoma and ended up on what we thought was the west side of the world. So, that means... yes, we did what only Valua has done before, but what no free person has ever done before. We found out that the world is actually round. This is thumbnail bait. Let me do this real quick. Because, yeah, of course, I had to make a world is flat joke when we played Custom Robo, so now I can make a world is round joke with this thumbnail. Okay, there we go. Let's have a read, shall we? The world is round. Until now, no one, outside of Valua, knew what lay beyond the end of the world, and it was commonly thought to be a long, turbulent drop into nothingness. But after the Blue Rogue Vice returned from his voyage around the world, it became known that the world was round. Cool. Take that, flat earthers. Flat Arcadians. Everything is flying because of climate change. This is the world of 2050. Man, We're gonna have to get busy here. The Gigases haven't destroyed the planet yet. Oh boy. I thought it would take longer. I think either of these is a good for your swashbuckler rating. We haven't seen the whole thing yet, though, so I guess this makes sense. I guess it doesn't affect your swashbuckler rating, so there you go. What a really small world. This is meme material. Yes, yes it is, and that's why we're going to use it maliciously. There is more out there. We haven't even explored, like, the fringes of the map yet, so... Yeah, it sounds like Vice. Oh, wow. Ismail and Brabham have been pretty busy out here. They've got some... I mean, they're log cabins, but that still takes quite a bit of doing to get together. And they even got me a lookout post. That's great. I wonder how the grappers feel about this, the ones that Vice had to munch on his way through his little 2-week voyage on this island. They probably didn't like it too much. We made a new home base by deforesting it and murdering all of the animal population. Yay! Great. Let's go take a look, shall we? Our new home base. Again, this game was a product of a different time. And this music is a product of a different environment, because we definitely didn't have this kind of triumphant music the last time we were here. We've even got an underground base for our ship, just like Pyrodile. Probably requested that on purpose. Thanks. You guys did quite a bit of good stuff here, by the looks of it. Yeah, not bad. I suppose that's fair, yeah. Alright, sounds like a plan. Oh, nice. So that should help us out a little bit in terms of... Yeah. So the regular stone reefs, the ones around Maramba, those we're fine at this point. When he says pesky stone reefs, he means the ice ones, the ones that were near Ixataka. So now we can fly through those without having to deal with them. So there you go. And yeah, I mean, you guys can work while you're here, but while we're out, might be worthwhile for you to join the crew. Although, really, it might be better for them to just, stay here and work on this, because this is probably pretty important. Yeah, not many people have outside of the Afutoma. We sailed around the world to find it, so that's just great. Nice. Well, that's what I'd like, so... Cool. Yeah, while Brabham is working on this, we should probably figure out... because he has to build an entirely new engine, so we should probably go figure out, what crystal we're gonna go get while we're waiting, so... Oh yeah, that meeting room. Yeah, that lookout post is also our meeting room, so there you go. It's also, one of the last places you can get to on the island from here, so it gives you a chance to tour the whole place, which is kind of nice. Because there's plenty of good stuff to be had here, so... I don't think he's ever been this excited, and that's funny because he's lived a long life. He's also our second engineer, but I'm going to leave him on standby for now because, well, he's working on my new engine, so let's let him work on that, Ismail also joins your crew as a builder. Did we have a builder before this? I forget. Let me go look. I want to find out. Ismail. Here he is. Yeah, Kerala's our other builder. Yep. And I like her a little better because she's got... Basically, she's a complete kit. Ismail increases the power of your Moonstone Cannon, so eventually when we are able to buy complete kits, although I think that's endgame, Kerala will become a little obsolete and Ismail will be better. But for now, she's pretty good. And, I mean, I'd rather she be on there with her sister anyway, so, How off course are you to spin the rudder that much? Yeah, it would probably throw us off a bit. Where are you going, Vice, by spinning the wheel? Higher you can understand, but why is lower a problem? I think it's due to air pressure. Because the further down in the sky you get, if we look at the Dark Rift and we've seen what was below the Dark Rift, in deep sky, there's a black hole that sucks things in, so Yeah, I think it has to do with air pressure, and that's why the ships wouldn't last. Like, it's basically like a submarine at that point, almost. So you need a certain amount of pressure resistance in order to stay under there, and we don't have that. Hello, you were on Clara's ship, weren't you? That's me, yes. Oh, okay, sure. We already have a gunner, but I'm sure we could make use of your skills-ish. Alright, well, I'll stick you on detail with Kazim, then. It's fine, just tell me your name. Alright, well, at least she's eager, I guess. So, Belle here is going to be our second gunner for the crew. There's a particular... two very particular reasons why I don't like sticking her on the crew. Well, actually, it's two, and then one that's conditional of those two. The main thing you need to know about her is that she's 15, and that should tell you all you need to know, because if you were looking inside of the text box while I was talking to her there, you know why I want nothing to do with her. I think they did, like, I don't think she has that kind of buxom nature in her artwork. I'm pretty sure they did that because they needed to increase the polygon count on her bazongas in order to show that they have jiggle physics. And, yeah, no, thank you. I don't want anything to do with that, considering her age. Kazim has a little shop down here, though, so we'll keep him as our gunner. We'll just let we'll let Belle learn from him. She's just eager and flighty. Yeah, I know, but she's 15. Yeah, that's the problem. And again, I'm pretty sure if you look at her artwork, she does, like, her bust size is not that big. She's like where you'd expect a 15-year-old to be. And in the game, they like take up her entire torso. No, get that away from me. I don't need that in my life. Do I get rid of the Dream Cutlass now? I think so. I don't think we'll need it for Piastol 4, but we will need the Ducat's tunic, so I'm gonna keep those. Keep the thermo rings. Basically, keep all this stuff because it's all good. Get rid of these 2 gold bullions though, because those are really nice. So. Yeah, Boyoing is right, indeed. Where the fuck did they get all the materials to make all this metal? Yeah, we gave them 100,000 gold, so probably that's where. Yeah, she's a big girl. Well, Mono, you're just a coward and not a man of culture. If a man of culture in your idea is a pedophile, then I don't think I want anything to do with your culture. Sorry, I try to keep myself limited when it comes to those things. I try to stick within like 4 years in one direction or the other of my own age before I start looking at women. So, no, I think I'll pass. The gunner's got to have ballistics. I didn't think it would include ballistic armor. Define where a 15-year-old should be. One of your close friends proved to you that she started puberty at 8. That must have been hell. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess it... She's like... God, I'm trying to understand the measurements of a 15-year-old girl. Not busty. Not flat-chested, but like just a little bit above flat-chested in her artwork. So to give you an idea of where her artwork is. And in this, she's got like fucking E-cups. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know how they got there from her artwork, but yeah, no. Don't want anything to do with that. You get it. A man of bacterial culture, maybe. Yeah, yeah. What, does he not shower? Yeah, A cup. It's like, yeah, A cup or maybe... No, B cup is a little too big. Yeah, so it's A cup, yeah. Probably. Ooh, 95% hit rate and 300 attack power. I'll take that. What, does he not shower? What, Kazim? I don't know if he does or he doesn't. Maybe. So the Weevil Cannon is actually kind of interesting. Or the Wevel Cannon, I guess, since I say Wevly, Wevles. It's one of the first elemental guns you can get in the game. It's not very powerful, but it is magic-based, so Fina can fire it pretty effectively. and it has high accuracy, I believe. Yeah, it's 120% accurate, so it almost always hits. It's not bad. I just don't usually use Fina to shoot the cannon. I usually have Aka do that because then she has the highest chance of getting multiple critical hits in a row with her agile stat. So we do want 2 Arc Whale torpedoes, though, because they're both very good and will definitely be better than what we've got on the heavy torpedoes. Now, remember, that 70% accuracy is only before you factor in Tika Tika's accuracy boost that he gives us. These torpedoes are actually 150% hit rate. So they will hit a lot. So, yeah, anime logic, baby. It levels the playing field. No, stop. Oh boy. Okay, Elmer Fudd. That's not what you were referring to, but okay, Elmer Fudd. The air intake is a glamour item, so is the chandelier. The goddess figure's nice, though. It's better than the Blueheim figure, so we're going to keep that for our extra magic defense. So, yep, stick that right there. I find it funny that our magic defense is so much higher than our physical defense. There must be, like, some different way that they calculate magic damage in ship battles, because otherwise it's like, okay, oh, we get complete kits now. Okay, I guess we're switching to Ismail then, aren't we? Because, yeah, I'll take 15 of these, thank you. We got rudder grease, which gives you basically Robinson's effect. And then we have machine oil, which doubles the rate of spirit restoration. So basically, this is Robinson's effect, and this is Marco's effect. So you can just use them in items, which kind of renders both of them completely not useful in a fight, but okay. Also, can I tell you where you'd be if you had transitioned earlier, just because you get to do all of female puberty, but hyper-condensed. Imagine going through puberty in 2 years. Yeah, I don't envy you that at all, because it took me a lot longer to go through male puberty, and that is significantly easier on the body. So, yeah. One of my friends, though, from middle school and high school experienced that, though. She was really short and really tiny in middle school, and then we got into high school, and she suddenly was, like, almost my height, a little more than my height at one point, I think, because I was, like, really, really short until, like, 7th grade, I think, is when I first started, puberty. And then by 9th grade, I was almost to my full height. But at some point in 9th grade, she was, like, as tall as me. And she was not a tiny person anymore. Let's just say it that way. So I hope she's doing good, because the last time I talked to her was in high school, and not very many people treated her well. She had a really supportive boyfriend, though, so I hope they're still together and they're both doing good. I won't mention any names, but yeah. I hope she's doing okay. It's been a long time. Maybe she's been eating the fish to grow as well. I guess if it works for a bird, yeah, I don't... You had puberty in, like, the span of 1 year outside of your pickles. Do I want to know what that means? Yeah, it fucking sucks. Don't do it. Does it double the effects? They mean the machine oil and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so if you use one of those, what it does is, if you use the machine oil, it reduces the amount of spirit points you need to use to do a command for the next turn, if I remember right. And the rudder grease, any spirit that you would gain at the end of the turn is doubled. So, Lawrence is in here feeding Pow. I see you. You're not as aloof as you think you are, sir. No, but apparently you're obligated to play the ukulele and feed my dog. Thanks, Lawrence. You're not so bad, after all. You've had multiple instances of your emotions destroying you. You literally couldn't go outside because your irrational fears took over for about 3 weeks. Yeah, ugh, that sucks. Fucking hit 6 feet in height by the middle of middle school. Fucking damn it, yeah. I don't envy you that. It's... yeah. That's a lot in middle school. You went through 2 or 3 growth spurts? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think I had, like, a couple. Like, one major one and then one that was a little smaller. Like, I think my major growth spurt was in, like, 8th grade, because all of a sudden I was, like, 5'7", and before that I was, like, 4'11". Oh, man. It was something. You barely noticed you had puberty. The main difference was the growth of your facial hair. Yeah, that's usually where a lot of people notice it, is the facial hair thing. So, for me, it was like, it was noticeable most with my height, because again, I was like short, like really short until like 7th grade, and then all of a sudden I was like, pshoo, straight into the ceiling. Nice. Well, that's what we want, Brabham, so you do that, because we'll let you hang out here so you can study and everything. Oh, there we go. Oop, hang on. Where's the cham? It's here somewhere. There it is. And that's the second to last cham that we need in order to get the next pupil upgrade. So the last one is somewhere else on Crescent Isle. So let's keep exploring. You've had growth spurts since the day you were born. Yeah, I guess we all do kind of go through some growth spurts as we're younger. It's just they're like smaller than usual. Like they're not like 8 inches like the one I did in 8th grade, but you know. You had at least 2, and you got 3 or so inches both times. Kill me, yeah. Puberty for you didn't really do much. Stayed like 4'3", didn't put any fat or anything. Man, you got jacked for a short girl. You were deadlifting 350 in middle school. Damn. That's pretty impressive, Amarella. Congrats. I don't think I could do a deadlift 350, even at my peak performance, which was like the end of high school when I was doing a bunch of sports competitively. So like I was playing soccer, and I wasn't swimming. If I was swimming in the winter as a winter sport, I probably would have been even more jacked. But yeah, I did soccer and tennis when I was in high school. So you were just a giant your entire life. With 10, you had the body of a 13-year-old. I mean, that's fine, you know. It happens, and you have a full beard. There you go. I don't like getting a full beard anymore because it's just too much to manage. I don't like eating breakfast and then smelling my breakfast a few hours later in my mustache. So, you barely have body hair. Didn't grow a mustache till you graduated in 2013, yeah. I guess, yeah, it's for some people it happens earlier, and for some people it doesn't, so. Anyway, yeah, we gotta go see that meeting room, so we'll go do that in a sec. First, let's check out these other spots, because there's one more building in here. Here's the cannon room. Yeah, we might need those if we ever get attacked on this island, so. Alright, let's take the stairs. The little stairs that are over there are the way back to the Delphinus, by the way, so if you want to get back there, there you go. I guess we could have taken the pole up here, too, but, you know. I don't think there's anything over there, though, so let's just go this way. Anyway, you're always just growing your entire life really fast. Yeah, and like I said, it's different for different people. Like, some people go through a few small spurts, some people go through, you know, a constant change, some people go through one, and that's it. So, I guess it just depends. Everybody's different. So, excuse me. Yeah, probably not, Vice. Maybe. That might be why he's so jacked. Oh, boy. What do you think of your new digs here, Kirala? Yeah, he is a bit of an inspiration, so. And yeah, so all of your, well, some of your crew members will run shops around here, and if you pay them some money, they will upgrade their stock, usually, so. Let's see what Kirala can remodel. Let's see, the living quarters, the tavern, and the tent. Probably the living quarters, since that's where we'll spend most of our nights, so. Yep, that's fine. And these are usually, these upgrades, by comparison to the stuff that Ismail and Brabham asked to do earlier, the upgrades in the shops themselves are usually dirt cheap. Like, they're usually a couple thousand gold at the most, so. It's really not a big deal to upgrade in that way. You hate having a full beard, but you like to regrow it in like 5 days, so you regrow it in like 5 days, so you gave up on shaving. Yeah, that would be understandable then. Yeah, if it regrows that fast, it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to get it to not grow, you know. So Ryukan has a bunch of weapons, so let's take a look at what he's got. Love how we just commandeered an entire island to be our base. Yeah, well, we couldn't exactly. I mean, we could go back to Pirate Isle, but the Delphinus wouldn't fit, so we needed a new spot. Let's see, Wind Slicer's not bad. It's better than the Suiron Blade, that's for sure. We got a Captain's Cloak. That would be really good for Aka. I think Vice might be getting a better piece of armor from the Moonfish that we're going to get on this island, so probably not that. This Blessed Robe is just straight up better for Enrique, so we should probably get that. And, I mean, the Insulated Mail is also nice because it gives you 20% purple magic resistance, so, you know, when we're in the purple moon crystal area, that would be good. So. See, Radiant Fur. And a Skull Cap. Alright, well, Don't particularly need any of that stuff. Wind Slicer's really nice, though, so let's grab that. Because we don't need the Suiron Blade anymore because we already recruited Khalifa, so let's get rid of that. Let's see. How about a Captain's Cloak for Aka and a Blessed Robe for Enrique? I think Fina's okay with what she's got for right now. The Moonlight Robe is pretty good, so. And, yep, Aka, here you go. We'll just keep those Ducats tunics, though, because they're still really good, even though they're going to be slightly inferior in terms of armor by the time Piastol 4 comes up. But they'll still be good enough to keep because of the extra blue magic defense, so. You started dressing real baggy, refused to change for gym and stuff, so everyone thought you had got fat or something, but nope, was just shy about how muscular you were. Yeah, I mean, I can understand that. Especially in, like, you know, late middle school and high school, people get really weird about that stuff, and it's not really cool, but it happens. Teenagers will be teenagers, I guess. The thing you wanted to ask, do I plan on playing Jedi Fallen Order? I don't know anything about it. I don't even know if it would be up my alley, to be honest with you. I've never seen any gameplay of it, so, I mean, I guess at some point, maybe. I'd be receptive to it if it was suggested to me when I reopen stream suggestions. Yeah, I'd be receptive to it. But I didn't have any plans to play it personally, so if that's what you're asking, no. But I wouldn't be opposed to it, so. That's okay, Ryukon. We can keep you back at the base so that you can go from there. And yeah, he is kind of, you know how the dwarf base in Final Fantasy 1 can make you the Excalibur? Ryukon serves a similar purpose later on in the game. There's specific items that you can get around the world, and if you bring them back to him, he can use them to create the, well, it's the second best sword in the game in this version of the game, but it's practically the best sword in the game. At least for my situation, where I'm not playing the game 100%, it will be the best sword that I can get. So, Osmond, let's see what you've got. Osmond sells boxes, if I remember right. Yep, so if you need any more Crystallis boxes to go with your one that's lasted forever, there you go. The ones that she's got for right now are not exactly the best. I mean, the Slipper of Box isn't bad if you want to gamble on sleep, but I think if you upgrade her stock, it gets better. Whoops, that's not upgrade her stock. That is sneeze. That is the sneeze command, which is not good. Well, how can we make it less dull? Okay, yeah, 2,000 gold ain't too bad. There you go. Remodel, and let's see what you've got after that. Cool. Sounds like a plan. I'll come back. Where does this lead me? I don't even remember. Yeah, Osmond really goes all out for you, yeah. Hopefully... Oh, that's where this leads. Okay. Hopefully she'll go more all out for me once I upgrade the shop. So... You were tubby and got a lot of crap in middle school for it. Yeah, and that's why... If you dress up baggy to try to hide it, I definitely don't blame you. It's a rough world in school, that's for sure. Thing that made everyone realize was in high school, a varsity linebacker tripped and fell onto you, and you just shoved him away with one hand. Nice. That's awesome. I'm just picturing that, and that's pretty great. I don't know, gameplay's pretty similar to Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, gotcha. Well, maybe it'll be worth looking up, though. I remember how the dwarves in Final Fantasy 1 were making the Excalibur and giving them dynamite to just nuke a land bridge out of existence. Yeah, that was pretty much what they did, yeah. So. Yeah, it's just kind of a blanket judgment saying everyone in Value is cruel. Not all of them are, so it just depends on who you're talking to. But you found it again. Yeah, when you came back here and Polly was here, so. Well, they say you don't know what you got till it's gone, so... I hope you two are happy, all things considered. Oh, okay, what do you think you can cook? Okay, sure. Well, I'll see who can remodel the kitchen, then. Oh, Kirala can remodel the kitchen, so I guess I'll have to do that. And I think once you remodel... Well, it's the tavern in her list, but once you remodel the tavern, if I remember correctly... that allows Urala and Polly to cook you essentially this game's version of a tent. It fully restores your HP and MP, but you can only use it outside of battle, so we'll keep that in mind. Yeah, well, Ismail and Brabham have put a few things together here for us, as it turns out, and we actually have most of our crew at this point. If we look at the crew list, hang on, let me show you. We're only missing one crew member at this point. It's the other artisan of the game. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get him until Brabham finishes up with the Book of Polarity to let us fly into upper and lower sky, so. Urala, are you okay? You look a little... Oh, okay. Never mind, now you're good. I was going to say, you look a little under the weather. We should go back to Yafutama so we can get you some... Yeah, so both of them want you to renovate the kitchen, so... Because right now, all they got is this crap stove, which probably can't serve the best food at the moment. So... Can I do more than one remodel at the same time with Kerala? I might be able to, and if I can, I'll just do all of them, whatever. It's also why you got asked to play girls lacrosse and baseball for your school, because the gym teacher coached both and was doing a check while you changed and freaked for how muscular you were. Oh, man. Yeah, I could see that being a thing, though. Like, they would want you to... They'd say, well, you know, you really could do pretty well in these things, so... We had girls lacrosse at my high school, but the girls that wanted to play it actually had to fight to get it put in. It wasn't in place until I was in, like, 11th grade. They didn't have a lacrosse team, so... I mean, they did a really good job of getting that in place. I think one of the lacrosse members was, like, the class president or something in 9th grade, though, so that probably helped a little bit. Okay, so yeah, we can leave and come back, and then she'll have finished up the stuff. So maybe we'll just leave and come back a couple of times so that she can upgrade everything. Sure, I'll pay for my fortune. Why not? I got plenty of money at this point. Where should we go next, Khalifa? Well, that's kind of true, yeah. And yeah, so what she means by this is that you get small stat bonuses for having a certain swashbuckler rating. Usually what it does is it increases your attack power slightly, like by just a couple of points, and it reduces your ability to run away by just a couple of %. So it's a little teeny tiny bonus, not really going to break the bank in any way, but yeah, it's there. So let's take a look in here. This is probably the living quarters, right? Yeah. What's up, Pinta? Yeah, we can get to most of the major locations on the map pretty easily from this spot, so... It is a pretty big place, isn't it, Marco? You're welcome. Well, you'll be on sailing duty pretty soon, because again, Polly and Robinson have some catching up to do, so... And if you want to know what catching up means, Marco, ask me when you're older. Oh, good. He certainly is, so... Well, you're getting a lot of knowledge there, Hans, and that should come in handy. Alright, we'll go upstairs, we'll check out the upstairs digs, and then after that we'll go to the lookout spot after we go check out the flagpole, because I think there's a cham over there, if I remember right. This must be the girls' room. Huh, well, I don't belong in here, so... Which one's my room? Yeah, nice. Gonna take a nap, then wake up, and I don't know, feel drained because of all the training. Yeah, that's understandable, Marie. Have a good sleep. We will see you on the next one, or if you wake up before we're done. We'll see. I'm not actually planning on getting the purple moon crystal today. We might be able to get it, but there's like a bunch of cutscenes after it. This is probably my room. There's a bunch of cutscenes after it, so I'm kind of like, eh. We'd probably be going for like 3.5 hours if I did that, so... Or maybe that's my room. One of them is my room. There's a little balcony out here. Pretty nice. It'll be even nicer when the living quarters are remodeled. Alright, let's go out to the flag. We'll get the last cham, and then I think there's another moonfish up by the lookout point, so... And after that, we'll be good. Yeah, somewhere in here. Maybe over here? Yep, somewhere near here. There it is. Oh, I missed Mogi. I'll go check in with her, too. Alright, this is the last cham that I will actively be looking for. If we find any more, that's great, but after these two, Cupil will not upgrade again unless I get all 30 chams and all 3 Aberic chams, which I'm not planning on doing. The reason why I'm not planning on doing that, by the way, is because when you upgrade Cupel to its final form by feeding it all of those Chams, Naberic Chams, it loses the extra stats that this next version of Cupel will get. So let's use these two. And Cupel will upgrade into Cupel Weight. So no longer a frying pan, but now it's a 4-ton weight that you can drop on their head. And that's really the reason why I wanted to give it to her, is because it gives you an extra 15% dodge rate. So that's really nice for Fina because she's got low HP. So, yeah. Speaking of which, I almost forgot. Enrique, we got your accessory for the remainder of the game, actually. I know the Constitution Gem is good for you, but the Defensive Aura, I think, might be a little better because of what it does. His special that I usually use is Justice Shield, which reduces physical damage. So let's give him something that gives him even more resistance to physical damage so that he's specialized for the fourth party member, you know? So this, what the Defensive Aura does, is it makes him completely immune to all regular attacks. Not super moves, not magic, but all regular attacks will do 0 damage to him. They can no longer status him either because they can't inflict damage to him. They just bounce right off. And yeah, it gives him a little extra defense to boot, so I'll take it. And I'm planning on doing that with each of the other fourth party members as well, because I have specialty equipment for them once they finally get up off their asses and rejoin my party, although Drachma at the moment might be a little bit of an AWOL situation. After Rocknum dragged him off. Well, good. I'm glad you feel a little bit at home here. I mean, you probably could. I don't remember what your crew command does, but I don't remember it being better than the other one. Oh, no, that's why I didn't want you to be here, because, or didn't want you in the crew, because Pinta's an attacker, and he has the full protection from enemy normal cannon fire for 1 full turn. Excuse me, which is usually more preferable. Mogi, what she does is if you're fighting a ship that uses magic primarily, she protects your ship from enemy magic attacks for a full turn. But not enough ships in the game use magic attacks, and you get more magic defense than physical defense, so Pinta's almost always a better situation. Mogi does heal as a part of the Blue Rogue's attack, if you want that, but yeah, Pinta attacks, and I usually prefer just attacking, so yeah. I have certain preferences when it comes to the crew members. It's not really, you can't really go wrong in any way you slice it, but I have certain preferences myself, so there you go. Alright, up to the lookout point. And then we'll go have a meeting and see where we're going next. And I might also head up the restroom before we go to where we're going next, because I worked out today, which means I drank a protein shake, so I have to go to the bathroom a little more often. What's up, Tika Tika? Yeah, I mean, you can probably see it even better if you got on top of the mountain up there, but I wouldn't recommend that. You wouldn't be able to get back down. Oh, maybe we shouldn't tell them that. Yeah, here we go. Is it up or down? It's up. There you are. Thank you. Alright, let's go have a meeting, team. See where we're going next. Is this our map of the world, or is this just the map of the Crescent Isle region? I think it's just a map of the Crescent Isle region, but I could be wrong, so. Yeah, they did a pretty bang-up job of all this, I'll tell you what. Yeah, we've done pretty good for ourselves, so. You're welcome. Hey, that's what friends are for, right? Probably also true, yeah, because we would have just been stuck doing regular pirate jobs until Vice came of age and then had to find some new place to live, or just took over for his dad. It's also true, yeah. You played an important part in this as well. Yeah, see, but I'm not sure if it is a map of the world, though, Lifeblood, because if it is a map of the world, how do they know what's behind the Dark Rift? So that's what I'm not sure if it's just a map of, like, the rest of the world minus the Dark Rift or what, so I'm not sure what the scale is of the map. That's what I'm questioning. I'm not questioning whether it's a geographical world map. I'm questioning what the scale is. So I should have clarified, though, so that's my bad. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you live for a life of adventure. Maybe that's the Dark Rift, is that cloud that's showing up on this section of the map that's closest to us. Maybe that's what that is. So, I guess that would make sense if the rest of that is like Nazarad and stuff. I mean, it could be the Valuan continent, too. I don't know. Or I could be looking at it in reverse, and that's like like that whole continent that's close to us is Valua, and then the one closer to Vice is Nazarad. I don't know. Oh, be careful what you wish for, Vice. He might take that to heart as a glamour piece. Yeah, we've got purple, yellow, and silver left. Any ideas on which one would be the easiest? Probably not yellow or silver. Okay, so we're actually going to the purple moon crystal next, in the Land of Ice. And it's to the south. So, okay. You can go to the north to get to it, though, so we'll probably be doing that. Right, yeah, and we've actually got most of the ice magic at this point. So it's a big old glacier, basically. I think you could also get to it by going north of North Ocean, like past where you go into the Valuan continent, but I could be wrong. What did they say? Oh, great. This again. Uh-huh. Well, then I guess I better wear some warmer clothes. Well, it depends on how cold it is there. I don't think he'll freeze in seconds. It's probably not that cold, but... A Vicicle. Oh, good lord, the puns are spreading. We'll probably be fine. Hell, Enrique's probably the best dressed out of all of us to go to a Land of Ice. He's got full clothing on. The rest of us have, like, some form of skin born outside of, like, our head and neck and, you know... I don't think his hands are showing either. I think he has gloves on. So we're going to have to go underneath the ice? Well, I guess it's a good thing the Delphinus is a big ship. Sounds like we're going to have to blast a hole in it. Is that what you're saying, or... It's true. Maybe we could break a hole in it? Again, or we could just shoot it with the Moonstone Cannon, but something tells me they don't want to shoot it with the ship, like, aiming straight down. Maybe that messes with the servos or something. Well, we'll get in there somehow. And then we don't have to worry about Valua getting any bright ideas, like using Gregorio's ship to get in. Sounds like a plan. Now I can see if Kirala's fixes happen when you sleep, or if you actually have to leave for them to take effect. So, we'll find out. I'll just get them all done, honestly, because then I can just make a bunch of tents if I get the tavern done. And then I'll set the last one to be done later. Looks like it's a situation where you leave and then come back. So, let's go do that, shall we? Okay, well, sure, why don't you remodel some of the buildings? Oh, you can remodel them with his money, so, like, it'll either be a certain style for Kirala to do it, or a certain style if Ismail does it, so, yeah, why not? Let's remodel Khalifa's tent. Sure, that's fine. So yeah, you get a choice of who ends up being the one to remodel it. So, and this is Gonzalez's, yeah, gravesite. No, not even close. Did lead to further adventures though, so that's always nice. All right, so let's slide down here. We will basically leave and then come back immediately, and we'll get Kirala working on the tavern. And then we'll leave and come back, and we'll see what it all looks like when it's all done. You're going to need a little bit, right, Brabham? Cool. You are pretty good, yes. Don't sell yourself short, because you're definitely doing a pretty solid job here. Is Belle in here with Kazim? Oh, she is, okay. Hey there. What are you up to? Are you selling the same things that Kazim does? Yeah, you do. Okay. That's fine. I don't know if her shop upgrades. I guess I can check. Uh-oh. That's not good. Well, it's okay. You just, as long as you learn from the mistakes. That's the important part. Alright, bye, Belle. Just don't whack your head on the counter on your way down, please. We don't need a concussion for our gunner. That would not be good. Alright, back to the ship. And then we'll have Kerala do some remodeling. And then the island will be mostly feature complete. Just the one shop is left once we get our other artisan. So, let's go check it out, shall we? And actually, the tents will be kind of nice because I usually... The only items that I really use in battle are like Curia crystals and Sacred crystals. So, the tents will be nice because then I won't even have to use like any items outside of battle other than the tent. So, and probably 6 will be enough to get us through most of the rest of the dungeons in the game. I don't think... There might not even be 6. Whoa, okay, this place looks pretty fancy. And there's Khalifa's tent. Everybody did a pretty good job. Not bad, Kerala. Yeah, sure, let's remodel the building. I wonder what decorate the island is. Now, let's remodel the tavern first. So, let's do it. So yeah, most of these are just aesthetic things. In the case of the tavern, it's not, because you can actually use the tavern to, you know, actually do something. So, let's decorate the island, do. Fountain or relief? Why don't you do the relief? I'll let, sculpt the face of one of you into the wall over the pond. This just sounds vain. So that means it's perfect for Aka, right? Let's do that. Well, yeah, it'll give you a little challenge, so there you go. I'll even gave Gonzalez a better burial site. That's cool. So we'll let them do their thing, and then we'll, I think the fountain, I think I want Kerala to do that, because she did, like, the rest of the infrastructure. Like, all the buildings and stuff, so we'll let her do the fountain so it all kind of aesthetically matches a little bit. What does this thing do, anyway? Oh, this is just the crane, right? Yeah, probably, because we gotta lift stuff onto and off of the ship, so... Alright, so we'll go back one more time. Oh look, it even changes what it looks like from the world map. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't know it did that. But we'll go back here and check out the new digs. And then after that, we'll make some good food with Polly and Arala. And then we'll head back to Sailor's Island. We will give the other 2 moonfish that we just got to... oh, okay, they've got Aka's and Vice's stuff on the thing there. That's cool. Yeah, we'll give the other stuff to Doc and Maria, the other moonfish. And after that, we'll head probably to North Ocean and then head further north after that and see if we can make it to where we need to go from there. So, yeah, this place is starting to look pretty fancy, I'll tell you what. Let's see. I'm not seeing a face. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Oh, well. We got a kind of fountain, though, so that's cool. Let's see. So let's have you decorate since we already got all the remodeling done. And I want a fountain in the plaza, some fish in the pond. I mean, both of these would be nice. We can do the fish later, but the fountain is probably a good idea. Natural and elegant. In praise of the moons, 5,000 gold. I kind of like natural and elegant. Let's go with that. Cool. Like, I like the idea of a natural and elegant fountain rather than, you know, getting too extravagant with it. Somebody will come here and try to rob it from me. Alright, anyway. Yeah, tavern's remodeled. Living quarters are remodeled. How you liking the place? Okay, what do you need? 1,000 gold? Sure, why not? Alright, so basically we'll be able to come back and have them get started. So yeah, everybody has a little bit of, you need to pay them to do this stuff. Just a little bit of money. Oh, so you don't, do you do your cooking? Maybe you do your cooking later. I don't exactly know, because I've never really made the Skies of Arcadia equivalent of a tent, to be honest, but I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter too much. It will make it so that the other items in my inventory aren't, like, obsolete, you know? So, I think we've mostly paid everybody everything. It's just, oh, you know, I didn't go visit Osman to see what new stock Osman's got, so I should probably go do that too, and then we can continue after that. I think this is the last major town in the game that we get to explore, though, so we shouldn't be, like... I know we've spent basically, like, an hour here, but we shouldn't have any issues where we'll need to spend even more time here later, so... let's see. Ooh, a Pyrum box. That's not too bad to have. Also a crystalline box. I'm afraid to use these, though, because they'll probably break in, like, 1 or 2 uses, so... I mean, I guess a Wevlin box wouldn't be too bad, either, because we're probably not going to get that. We've got Electrum, though, so that's not really useful. We've got Sacrum Crystals for this. And unfortunately, Ozma does not sell the only box that I would ever consider purchasing, which is the Eternum box. If she sold the Eternum box, I'd be buying... That's not what I was asking. Okay, whatever. What do you mean cowardly? I thought I was Vice the Dashing. That's not cowardly, is it? What the... My title changed! Why'd my title change? Vice the Fallen Pirate? It's a little weird, huh? I'll have to check in on that one. Yeah, that's supposed to happen. It's the very, very bad thing that I was talking about when we went to recruit Ryukon last time. If you came here first, before recruiting him, your Vice the Daring or Vice the Dashing would turn into Vice the Fallen Pirate, and, yeah, no, that you wouldn't be able to recruit Ryukon if that happens, so too bad, I guess? Sorry, I'll have to reload your save. Well, I have no idea what that's all about, but in any case, let's head back to Doc and give him some moonfish. Actually, I do know what that's all about, and I'll explain it right now. So, you know how the white map has, it decreases the encounter rate and it increases your chance of running by 100%? Vice the Fallen Pirate also increases your run rate by 100%, and it stacks with the white map. So now... instead of having a very slight boost to your attack and to your hit percentage in exchange for having a slight drop to your run rate and your dodge percentage, Vice now has a slight drop to his attack rate and his dodge percentage, and I think also to his hit percentage, if I remember right, too, but he has a 100% higher chance of running away just from having Vice the Fallen Pirate, and the white map stacks with it. Now, this is supposed to be a curse, basically, because people will refer to you as, oh my god, you're Vice the Fallen Pirate, you're a terrible person, because apparently, we'll learn more when we get to Sailor's Island and I go buy stuff and go sell the discovery of the world being round, but apparently someone is impersonating me, which is a little weird. I don't know how they would impersonate someone like Vice, like, they don't have a ship like mine, they don't have a crew like mine, they haven't discovered things like I have. How could you... Whatever. The logistics of it don't matter. Someone's impersonating me, and that's why my title has changed. And, like I said, it's supposed to be a curse. I think it's a blessing, because from this point until... Is this a ship? No, this is the Map of Ages, a new discovery. Cool. I'll read this and then I'll talk about what I was saying. What once used to be a grand map of the skies, carved into a beautiful stone tablet, is now a weather-worn, crumbling slab of rock. It is said that the map is but a portion of the original, but nobody knows what kept it afloat. Interesting. Maybe blue moon crystals? Yeah, so Vice the Fallen Pirate is supposed to be a curse, basically, because it's supposed to be like, well, now you're weaker, slightly, than you used to be, and nobody will like you because they'll all say, oh, you're a terrible person, somebody's impersonating you, and they're doing a bad job of it because they're dragging your name through the mud. It's a blessing for me because between now and the final dungeon of the game thinks that you're supposed to be about level 39 to 40 in the final dungeon. But if you fought every encounter from here until the final dungeon, you'd be in like the mid-40s, and that doesn't really jive with me, so I'm going to use it as a blessing and use it to run from like every fight from now until the cows come home. From now until deep into the Silver Moon Crystal arc. But anyway, that's how that works. I'm going to leave it right here for a second, and I'm going to go use the restroom, and then I'll be right back. Oops. There we go. Okay, I have returned. Let's keep going, shall we? Where was I going again? Sailor's Island, because I gotta go feed the moonfish to Piccolo. So I guess I need to go this way. And then after we're done with that, we will, well, we'll head to Sailor's Island, we'll pick up a few supplies, we'll feed the moonfish to Piccolo, and then I'll probably go to where we need to go via North Ocean. Let's do this real quick.
Retreat!
Since we can, in fact, retreat very easily now, let's retreat, shall we? Especially from fights that are like, you know, old enemies that I don't need to fight anymore. I don't need to worry about that. So, I may fight a couple of things here and there just to show off new enemies, but, excuse me, probably won't make a high priority out of it. I think Sailor's Island is like right around here somewhere. I think that's Doc's ship up there. I guess we can go feed the moonfish first. He might give me something to sell, so that's probably a better idea. So let's go do it.
Hi.
Hello. We caught a couple more moonfish, so let's see how Piccolo likes them. There you go, big guy. Got one more for you, too. Yeah, just a bit. He's almost full size at this point. After these two, we've got 3 more moonfish to give him, and then that's it. We're done. We've found all of them, so. And this one gets us a Euconyx idol that I think did something different in the Dreamcast version with the VMU for the memory card, because there was some like mini game or something you could do with it. But in this version, I think you can just sell it, and it sells for a decent chunk of money too, so well worth the time to sell it. So we will. And after that, I think this is the other armor that I was talking about a second ago. Let's see. Yep, the fiber mail. It's, I think, just a flat upgrade to the ghost mail, so. No cutscene this time, though. Just feed them and go. Let's equip that while I'm thinking about it. That's not an armor piece. Let's see. Yeah, so just a flat upgrade. Pretty good armor, too, actually. It's actually got about as much physical defense as most of the endgame armors do, so it should come in pretty handy for a while. Probably won't be upgrading that again until, like, really late game. It's kind of similar with a lot of Vice's stuff now, and probably for most people. Like, we really don't need to upgrade weapons or armor. I mean, we don't need to upgrade accessories, like, at all for the rest of the game, really. But we don't really need to upgrade weapons or armor at all either until, like, endgame stuff, because Enrique's going to get something better than this rapier in the next dungeon. Vice gets another cutlass when we go after the yellow moon crystal, and then after that it's the silver moon crystal, so that's endgame, so that's where we'll, you know, start getting some better stuff. Well, let's stop off at Sailor's Island and see what the hell this whole Vice the Fallen Pirate thing is. After I buy supplies, and people probably yell at me for being Vice the Fallen Pirate, because that's usually how this goes. Hello. Nasty stories about me. I don't know, you're gonna have to tell me, because I don't even know what went wrong. Ooh, it's 25,000, that's pretty good. Nice. Let's see, we can sell the Suiron blade as well. Yeah. Sell that. Sell the moss armor. We won't need that again. Or the ghost mail. But the Decat's tunics, like I said, we'll keep those. I'll be using both of those Constitution gems, those thermo rings, and everything else at some point. Yeah, I mean, I think we're good on wax. I don't think we're going to need Appa wax for ship battles very much after this, so we'll be okay. And then Curia crystals, sure. We're good on glyphs of might, those are fine. I don't think the ship shop is upgraded yet. I think that's later. So yeah, your swashbuckler rating sometimes affects how shopkeepers see you. Usually it's mostly stuff on like Sailor's Island and, you know, at your base, but yeah, it's not usually anything that's really that invasive, to be honest, so. A pirate on the wanted list that looks like me. Hold on, we gotta see this. Yeah, there it is, Vice the Fallen Pirate. 20,000 gold? A pirate who thinks he can hide behind his name. What do you even mean? Once thought to be a hero, the once blue rogue Vice has been reported to be robbing the people of Nazarad along with his 2 female accomplices. That's not right. We haven't even been to Nazarad. His female accomplices. Perhaps Vice is nothing but a lowly scumbag of a black pirate after all. Why would you even believe that? You know what fucking information I sell you? I just discovered that the world was a fucking sphere. Oh, right, I need to sell you that. Like, how could you even believe that? Also, the map of ages. There you go. That should tell you that I am not the person on the wanted list. Yeah, it's a little silly, this whole there's an imposter that's doing things to take your name and everybody doesn't like you because rumors are spreading about you actually being a black pirate. It's a little on the silly side because it doesn't really make much sense, but whatever. I mean, you can clear your name if you want, and I may go do that, but it's a Legends exclusive boss fight, which means it's kind of jank. So I don't know. I guess I'll have to figure that one out later, so. Yeah, and that's the other thing. The two female shadows don't look anything like Fina or Aka, so, like, I don't know who's believing this shit, but they must be blind. Okay, so my plan of action here, the Dark Rift is kind of going to, you know, cut us off. The Lands of Ice are actually down here, so my plan of action is to go this way, around where Valua is, and go through this little thin sky rift here, and then just follow the Dark Rift northeast until we end up here. And that should, I think, take us to the Lands of Ice. I guess it's just going to depend on where the Dark Rift goes. I mean, if it doesn't, whatever. It's not like I'm in a hurry, so we'll have plenty of time to finish up the Lands of Ice as we go here, so. And we've got the white map, so we can just run for most of the fights if they start to get annoying on the way. But they shouldn't, because we've got a lowered encounter rate, so. But yeah, I don't know. This whole imposter business doesn't really make much sense to me. It's fine, I guess, but it, like, from a story perspective, it's kind of like, it's a little fishy. Alright, so that's the Dark Rift there. And here's the not Dark Rift. So let's go through here and just see where it takes us. Incidentally, if you go into this northwest corner of the map, the entire section that's blocked off by the Stone Reef and by the Dark Rift is, I think I mentioned it last time, it's called Looper Land, and it's actually a really good place to level up and get a bunch of money if you want it, but we don't really need either of the above, so, you know. It's really dark over here. I guess that makes sense. Valua is just south of us, but, you know. You personally would prefer to clear it up? Okay, well, maybe we'll go clear it up in a little while then. Like, I'll reap the benefits of being able to run away from battles almost guaranteed for a little while, but then we'll go clear it up, like, before endgame or something. Maybe we'll do it that way. Or maybe I'll go do it when I'm planning on going and fighting one of the other Legends bosses anyway. Because I'm planning on going and fighting one of the Legends exclusive bosses after one of the dungeons in a little while. There's a... Well, this is a Land of Ice, but I don't know if we can get to it from this Dark Rift being here. Yeah, by the looks of it, the Dark Rift is going to cut us off for a little while, so we're going to end up back at Ryukon's place. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to go... Well, no, you know what we could do is we could go this way, and if we keep following the Dark Rift, we'll end up in this section here, where the Dark Rift actually is. And we can kind of scoot past Ryukon's Island, go through the Sky Rift here and here. Well, I guess that would still require us to go into the Dark Rift to get back, wouldn't it? So, I guess I made a wrong turn. Okay, well, whatever. We can fix that. Let's just go back down towards Tenku Island, then. We'll look around here, and then we'll come around to where Looper Land is, and we'll just go straight south from there, and then go even further south after getting to Ixataka. Where does this lead, anyway? Let's see. Is that the one I was talking about? It's part of this rift, Sky Rift, that leads from Esperanza. Okay. So a little detour, but that's okay. We're trying to explore the world. Sometimes you gotta take a little detour. And maybe even find some discoveries along the way. Let's see. No, nothing on that one. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping there would be, but, you know. We're practically off the map here. Yeah, I guess we should probably just go south from here. Catch this rift here. catch the edge of it, you know. Let's see. Yeah, and actually, since we'll be on the other side of the Dark Rift if we go this way, unless the Dark Rift cuts off this section here, which is possible. If it does, I guess we'll just make a turn and we'll go all the way down here, but... yeah, I guess... and probably it does because it's the Dark Rift, so it probably does cut off a bunch of sections here. More Black Moonstones, though, hanging around here, so... Again, some remnants, potentially. Well, if we see a giant storm cloud in front of us in about 2 minutes, and by that I mean right now, I guess we'll know where we're not going. Got some new enemies around here, though. What do we got? Drogurps and Iridzus. Do I feel like fighting these? I mean, not particularly, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. They're all going to be weak to Pyras, so let's just do that. And then why don't you attack one of the Iridzus? Got a little HP. That's okay. But they're the big guys that have the most HP are purple elements, so they should take decent chunks of damage from our Pyras and Pyrum. They probably won't die, but be softened up enough to where we can knock them out next turn.
Give me strength.
Yep, like I said. So Enrique won't be able to finish that guy, but it'll be close enough. Oh, we even get to see Cupel wait. Bonk. So now Enrique should knock the guy out, because even though he's just got his rapier, it's still good enough for that purpose.
In utter victory.
Good work, everybody. That's a 1 round. And we'll get a little extra magic EXP. Maybe I'll get enough to, like, finish up Crystalline for Fina, and then we'll just, like, call it a day for the random battles for a while. So... yeah, see, if we could go through here, we'd be able to get to Yafutoma from this side, but the Dark Rift is going to cut us off, so we won't be able to do that. I don't think. Yeah, no, this is Dark Rift right here, so it's not going to let me through. Right? Yeah, it looked like it was going to for a second, but it just doesn't give. So... and, yeah, we're actually pretty close to where we started. Oh, that's just great. Well, actually, from here, I know how we can get to where we need to go anyway, and I can go a little bit south here so I can discover the rest of the Dark Rift here, because that's all a question mark still, and it's in our own backyard. So let's hang out here. There might even be something to discover here. I think I remember there being, like, a hidden discovery around here. Not that I'll find it, because it's hidden, so probably not, but, you know. Maybe. What do you suppose that is? There's like a green light up there. Now I have 2 things to look for when we get access to the upper sky. There's a weird, funky serpent-looking thing, and also a weird strobe light that probably was put there by aliens. Fantastic. Yeah, so let's go down to Esperanza, and then we'll just take this rift here that we can go through, and we'll end up in the Lands of Ice. So... with all the times we'd sailed around the world, you'd think that my name was Magellan. Yeah, fight it. Fight the alien, yeah. So we'll go up there and we'll see if it is an alien, and if it is, we will fight it, yeah. Because we're already having enough problems with the people here on Earth. We don't need aliens invading us. I mean, I suppose it could be like a Sylvite beacon or something, and then it's like, okay, well, the Sylvites are technically not of this world either, so... okay. Anyway, we'll keep going this way. And we'll head back towards Maramba, we'll head back to Esperanza, and then we'll head southwest, and that should take us where we need to go. I'm going to wait to go through the rift here, though, because there's that pirate ship there that I don't feel like dealing with. It's, like I said, it's a really inconsequential boss fight. You basically just use a couple of elemental attacks, yellow element to be more specific, and they fall over pretty quick, so... Oh, there's Topple Rock. Still remember when we found that. That might be a value-in ship right there. So I guess we'll go this way, because this will lead us closer to the Esperanza Skyrift. Yep, right here. And we could go to South Ocean too, but, like, no. The Delphinus has a stronger engine, but we'll still get whipped around by those tornadoes. So I'll take clear skies instead of tornadoes any day of the week. Alright, so now we just got to sail further down a little bit, because once we get past this little section, cross-section of the Skyrift here, we're past South Ocean and we can go into the Lands of Ice. So, there you go. But yeah, see, the white map is really nice when you're doing stuff like this. It kind of just lets you go around the world map without having to worry about, like, I'm going to get into 7,000 encounters while I'm going and wandering around the planet, because sometimes it's nice to just sail around, and this lets you do that. So, now, will we need the white map forever? No, there's going to be actually an upgrade to the ship that we'll get that will... It won't make the white map obsolete, but it'll make it obsolete for like 90% of the way. So, but here we are at the Lands of Ice, and we'll even get another discovery for it. A frozen continent sleeping quietly under the light of the purple moon. Ancient legends and myths speak of it as a land of the dead, but its true nature remained unknown until its discovery by Vice, the Blue Rogue. And like, you would think again that this whole discovery thing, like me going and finding all of this shit, would clue them into the fact that, yeah, I'm not being a black pirate, I'm going out of my way to discover all of this stuff that no one knows about. So, like, why would I be robbing people when I could quite literally make more money than God finding discoveries? That doesn't even make sense. Anyway. It's not the only thing about the Legends update that doesn't make sense to me, though, so, you know. Alright, a couple more new enemies. Medulisks and Killites. Okay, sure. Sounds like a plan. Well, you'll take the extra damage from purple, so... I think the Medulisks can use some weird stuff on you, so I'm going to use Delta Shield and Pyrum. And I think that the other guys... I mean, they're purple element. They're probably just going to die from Pyrum anyway. So... Oh, good, Crystallum. It's a good thing I used Delta Shield then. I mean, it would have done like 500 damage, but, you know. Ha! Defensive Aura. Now, you get a similar effect to the Defensive Aura if you use Skull Shield. The only difference is that the Defensive Aura doesn't let you counterattack because it completely prevents you from taking any physical damage, so you will never counter. But Enrique's not a physical fighter anyway, so he is, but he's not the best at it. So, I usually don't bother. I just like him being super defensive because that's what his exclusive skill is. Like, every fourth character has 2 damaging skills, sure, but Enrique's specialty is reducing the damage from physical and super moves. So, in my mind, it only makes sense that we would have him reduce damage even more, you know. Alright, so I think we'll switch everybody to blue after this. Maybe red, actually, because we're going to the purple moon, so red would be really good in that case. Alright, ranked up. Crystalline and Crystallum. Good. Yeah, I think I will switch everybody to red, actually. Because that'll work a little better. Ooh, Aurora Borealis. Look at that. Yeah, and it actually automatically gives you this discovery. The Aurora, a spectacle of light that has graced the skies above the Lands of Ice since ancient times. Auroras are thought to be caused by the gravity of the moons, and once every few thousand years, a convergence of the moons creates auroras worldwide. Apparently they're just here for now, though, so... Cool, though. Very interesting discovery. I think that's our destination right there. You can kind of see, like, a little bit of water under the ice there. So, since that's what we're looking for, let's go see if we can find it. Yep. Not much of an ice-breaking sound effect, but sure, whatever. You do you. Oh, there's another cham around here. I guess I'll find it, it's fine. We'll never get all 30 and 3 anyway, even if I find the rest of the regular chams, because I'm not planning on doing the Cabal Skewer side quest, so... right about here somewhere. Whoa, ha, hey, ho, ha. Got it. Cool. Not in equipment. There we go. Okay, so that's number 25. Just in case anyone was keeping score at home. Vice, are you sure you're going to be okay in here? Your sleeves don't exactly go all the way up. They're attached quite literally by a bunch of leather strips. What in the hell is this thing supposed to be? Well, let's take a look at it. A guardian stone. Answer to me these questions 3, and the bridge you may pass. What is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color? Let's hope that's not the last one, because I might get that one wrong. Oh, okay, so it's a trivia question, and if you answer correctly, the Guardian Stone will let you through. If you don't, well, you probably have to fight something, I don't know. The power to make things still. The Purple Moonstone's power is ice. And apparently you get a little swashbuckler rating for it, so that's cool. Ooh, Icy Slide! Take me right back to Cool Mountain in Super Mario 64. There's a little more snow on that slide, but, you know. Just take a look around while we're here. No moonfish or anything, but, you know. Yeah, what is your credit card information and the 3 numbers on the back? There you go. Sir, that is a question that I will not answer. I will take being thrown into a pit of despair instead of giving you that, if that's what you need. The purple crest hides a certain number. What is that number? Now, this is something you may not have been paying attention to when you're in battle, but if you look at the crest of each type of magic, there's a number of dots inside of them, depending on which moon it is. And as it turns out, the purple moon, if you look at it in battle, hides 2 numbers. So there's 2 dots in the purple moon crest. I believe red is 1, purple is 2, green is 3, blue is 4, yellow is 5, and silver is 6, if I remember correctly. Something like that, anyway. It doesn't quite coincide with when you get them. So, like, we got the purple moon crystal 3rd, but it has 2 numbers. It has 2 dots in its crest. So, yeah, that's something for people who are really paying attention. Or you could just mash A and get it anyway. So, you know. And now this one. This is the last query, so this is the last hard question. Purple moonstones affect the abilities of living things. What are the abilities most valued by the people of Glacia? So this one, you might have to guess a little bit at it, but here's the thing. If you've been upgrading your purple moon magic, just purple magic, all the way through the game, you'll know that the crystal spells are the most powerful single target magic in the game. Now, what stat governs magic? Will. So there you go. You would have guessed 4 because it's the 4th Gigas. Yeah, and I mean, that makes sense, too. I could see that being a plausible solution. The game doesn't like it, but I could see that being a plausible solution that people could check for. So, I think if I recall correctly, what happens if you guess wrong is one of the other doors opens up and an enemy pops out. And I think if you beat the enemy, you can still proceed. I don't think you have to answer the question correctly. You just have to beat the enemy to move forward, so. But this is how you do it without doing that, so there you go. But yeah, since we're going to be running from a lot of fights, these next few streams we should plow through the areas pretty quickly because we're not going to actually be taking all the time to fight things. So we'll mostly just be fighting bosses after this. Until, like, the Silver Moon arc. So. Well, yeah, I was going to say, it's pretty damn cold, so that's why maybe it's dry ice. Probably hasn't rained here in a while. Vice, are you okay? And he dies. Maybe don't walk as forward as Vice did there. Well, he disappeared into the fog, but he disappeared down, which is not a good sign. Help me up, you jackasses! Well, the fog was too thick, and I couldn't see where the ground was, so... Oh, yeah, and I guess there's that, too. If that's the sky, then yeah, we must be down at the bottom. Oh, okay, hold on. What's down here, then? Whoa. Upside down city. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. I mean, we're under the ice, so if they wanted to create a civilization down here, it makes sense. Yeah, it's true. It's no anti-guy enemy, yeah. Like those ones that were in the sewers that were the frickin' head crabs on top of the dude's head. Ugh. Oh, okay, yeah. This is the Kingdom of Glacia. We learned that from the Guardian Stones, but apparently this is where everyone lived. And all of them were powerful mages. Excuse me. So strong they could use anti-gravity. No, the buildings are... They're right side up, but the ceiling, the roof, where the roof normally goes is where the ice is. So they just built like a figurative roof on the bottom. So that's not what you meant at all. Tell me what you meant then, and then I will understand. Oh, okay. So do you think there's going to be people here then? Yeah, that's a fair question. They just disappeared? Huh. That's weird. Maybe, yeah, that's a possibility. Maybe they were trying to take advantage of the fact that the rains washed away, like, the other 5 civilizations. So they said, okay, we'll go conquer the lands. Maybe. I don't think they ever fully explain what happened to the Purple Civilization. I think it's mostly up to interpretation. Well, you'd think if they were proper bookkeepers, they'd leave their knowledge here somewhere, but maybe that's frozen too. Yeah, probably a good idea. Oh, how'd this platform get here? It wasn't here a minute ago. Anyway, let's go explore around Glacia. There's a chest down there, but we can't quite get to it just yet. Soon, though. We'll have to go around to get to it. Paper Mario 1 is all you'll say. Find out when you play it. Okay, gotcha. So it must be a shy guy then, because it's an anti-guy. So, like, the guy suffix implies a shy guy. I definitely didn't play the original Paper Mario, though, so I have no frame of reference. Well, let's see what they've got in here while we're at it, shall we? I really don't need to do too much in these battles, but I guess I can kind of work on Wevlum a little bit. Ooh, icicle caterpillar thing. Frostworm. Okay. That. How about we do this? Hang on, let's get everybody on blue first, and then we go back and we run the fuck away.
Retreat!
Alright, there we go. So most of the experience we'll be getting for the next little while will probably... Oh, there's something above me. Okay, that's why it's showing up on the map. It'll probably just be from, like, Zivil Bane and from bosses, basically. But you get experience from both of them. So, yeah, it's... that'll get us a little bit further in terms of our levels. Yeah, it was a Snom. Man, if Snom grew up into that, it would be significantly less cute. I mean, it'd probably be significantly more badass, but, you know. Here's the chest. An ice splitter. I think that's an upgrade for Aka, if I remember right. So that's why I haven't been buying anything else other than the Wing of Hope. Yeah, there you go. So quite a bit of an upgrade for her, too. Probably going to be good enough to keep her until we get the next upgrade for her, which is in the Silver Moon arc, like early on in it. So. Alright, there we go. Never thought I'd be doing the same thing that speedrunners do at this point, but here we are. Yeah, speedrunners run from... If they're doing any percent, I should say, they run from, like, most of the fights in the game. And when you get Vice the Fallen Pirate, it's actually a blessing, because you can run even easier, and you don't have to worry about spamming it and potentially not running. So... but if you're doing a 100% speed run of this game, first of all, God help you, because that's like a 20-hour slog. And second of all, you can't really run from very many fights at all because 100% includes getting your swashbuckler rating to maximum. So you've got like 25 battles across the whole game that you can run from. So the meme was Snom, not Frostmoth, which is kind of sad since it's very beautiful. Yeah, I really actually dig, I mean, I dig both of their designs, but Snom is cute, where Frostmoth is actually, it is. It's quite beautiful. They did a good job with its aesthetic, so. I will talk a little smack about Gen 8 of Pokemon, but I can't really talk smack about the designs of the Pokemon. I think they did a pretty good job on the vast majority of them, so. And I mean, you know, it's the same as it is in most generations. There's a few of them that are kind of like, this one doesn't do it for me. But, I mean, that happens in every Pokemon generation. There's a few stinkers, you know? A few designs that are kind of like, I don't know about this one. It's been happening since Gen 1, so, you know, it's not really something that I'm like, oh, well, it used to be better. No, that's that would quite literally just be nostalgia goggles, because we used to have piles of sludge, or 3 magnets, or 3 Diglets, and it's like, okay, wait a minute. That's not even better. Wait, what? Ah, here's Zivil and Bane. Cool. That goes with a lot of ice types, actually. Yeah, a lot of the ice types have good designs, yeah. It's just too bad the type is so bad defensively, because I think it'd be like... I mean, it's good offensively, but defensively I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. But it's pretty good. So, I think I'm going to Glyph of Might Vice here, because we want what Zivil and Bane has. So we'll just do this stuff and do this, and then do some Justice Shielding. Or should I focus? No, I'll just focus, because guarding while Justice Shield is up is... You don't need to do it, because Justice Shield basically does it for you, so why bother, you know? Yeah, it's really good offensively, yeah. It has, it is one of the, or at least it used to be, one of the big 3 offensive types in the metagame. From what I remember, and I really only played the metagame in Gen 4 and Gen 6, Ice type, Fighting type, and Ground type used to be the big 3 when it came to offensive typing. And they were something that you wanted, basically, on most of your, you know, on your team members. It's just that because of the fact that ice types were weaker on the defensive side, a lot of people ran it as coverage moves instead of actually using an ice type, so, yeah. Oh, and here's the thing I almost forgot to do. So we've got the white map equipped still, but if we equip a thermo ring, actually, let me look at the description of that so I can tell you what it does. It increases your resistance to red and purple attacks by 50%. And you'll notice that Zivil and Bane just so happens to be red element, so this is going to hurt him a lot more than it's going to hurt me. Let's just have Vice Focus. So we'll put thermal rings on everybody while we're doing this fight, because we don't really need the Moondust ring. So we'll just do it this way. Blue is also super effective against red, by the way. It's just not as effective, if I remember correctly, as purple is. So, but these thermal rings should help us quite a bit in terms of the damage that's dealt to us. Like with that and Justice Shield, we shouldn't be taking very much damage from much of what he does, I think. Yeah, no, and here's the thing, too, is that ice types in Gen 4 started to get a lot better because of the physical special split, because then you got Pokemon like Weavile, which is a very fast offensive powerhouse, but Sneasel in Gen 3 was really not at all there, because, well, ice type was special, so was dark type, and Sneasel was a physical attacker, so it didn't really benefit from it a lot. But the further along in the generations you went, especially from Gen 4, you started to see that a lot more ice types started to come into their own because of the fact that they had the additional boon of being able to use their attacks with their correct stat. So, ice types got better starting from Gen 4. So, also, we took like 400 damage maximum from that burst because of the thermo rings. So that is really good. That will make this a lot easier to deal with. Anything that's red and purple element after this is going to be... I'm not going to say it's going to be cake, but it will be significantly easier than it was before, especially Zivil and Bane. It hit hard together with the Dark Steel from Gen 5, whose English name you forgot. Yeah, Bisharp, yeah, is its English name. Kind of a silly English name, if you ask me, but... yeah, it also is one that hits really hard, yep. So... and we have enough for another Pirate's Wrath. Cool. I'll probably get bursted a little bit, but that's okay. Let's just, because I'm not putting up Justice Shield this time, so let's just defend. And then put another one through him. So yeah, the higher up in your max SP you go, the more chances you'll get of using Pirate's Wrath like this. So. Zivelin Bane just doesn't stand a chance.
That was easy.
Yeah, pretty simple, that one. Definitely helps that we, you know, had all the extra, the thermo rings to help us with that one, so. Alright, well, we're working our way up. We got a Piranha Seed, that's going to be good for Vice, so. Probably what I'll do with the blue element is I'll try to equip it at the end of, like, boss fights and stuff, too, so we can work our way to Wevlum. Because really, it's just Wevlum and Pyrolin after this, and that's all I really want, to be honest, so. Don't really need anything else. There's a Winter Orb, we can sell that for a decent chunk of money. So. And, yeah, give Vice that Piranha Seed that we just got. There it is. Get him a little extra strength. Always a good thing for Vice. Actually, that Piranha Seed increasing my power by 3 probably just accounted for the drop in offense that I get from Vice the Fallen Pirate. I think the drop is only like 2 or 3 points, so it's really inconsequential. Excuse me. And honestly, I kind of like it, because here's the thing. It makes me weaker. And that's good, because if you properly upgrade Vice with all of the correct equipment, he can 4-shot the final boss with Pirate's Wrath. So, yeah, no, let's make the game a little more challenging, please. And by the way, that happens no matter when you fight the final boss. As long as your equipment is properly upgraded, you can get to the final boss at like low to mid 30s and still do that much damage to him, so. Dolthstras. And then Arc Loopers. Tempting, but I don't think I'm going to bother. We can see all the different varieties of Looper in Looperland now, so I don't think I'm going to bother. Let's just get the white map back on. Nah, I'll keep the thermal rings on, actually, because we might use those in the boss fight, so.
Retreat.
Goodbye. Best offensive steel type, which is not that hard, I guess, with how many of them are defensive. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's not hard to be a good offensive steel type, because that's the exception rather than the norm, usually. So. Still, though, it does a pretty good job at what it does, so. Alright, let's see. Anything behind me? Nope. Alright, another platform. And another encounter relatively quickly. Did the white map stay equipped? Yeah, it must, right? Because the thermo rings stayed equipped after the fights, so. Yes it did. Okay. Yeah, just got unlucky, I guess. Doesn't matter too much, because we running. Getting our sprints in, doing some cardio. Alright, so this will probably take me, yeah, a little bit up, so that'll take me to where that circular platform was that we can see on our map. So, eventually it will, anyway. First, I think there's a channel over here. Yeah, right around here somewhere. There it is. And then there's that door there, which is the one that we entered in from. Okay. Starting to put a picture together. Excuse me. And there's a save point over there, so you know what that means. We're pretty close to the end of the dungeon. And that also means that we're pretty close to the purple moon crystal. So, yeah. There's a Frost Blade. That is the upgrade for Enrique, I believe, if I recall correctly. Let's see. Yep. So sharp and cold, it's almost numbing to the touch. And like most of Enrique's stuff, it has a chance of inflicting a status ailment. In this case, Confuse, which is not bad. It works pretty good. So. Alright. But anyway, that's enough of that. Let's go hit that save point up, and then after that, we'll see what the boss of the area is. And after that, I think that's when all the cutscenes start, is after the boss fight. Like, you take another platform and it takes you someplace. So I think we'll fight the boss, and then we'll call it a day before we get into all of the cutscenes. Because they're pretty good cutscenes, actually, at the end of the Purple Moon Crystal section. And once we do that... I'm trying to think what we're going to do next time. That's tomorrow. Well, by next time we'll have the Book of Polarity installed on the ship's engine, so that'll allow us to go into upper and lower sky. And there's something nice about both upper and lower sky that I won't spoil yet, but it's very nice if you want to go exploring. So I'll talk about it later. For now... Oh. Hey, big guy. What's your big deal? Must not like visitors. Alright, anyway, here's the boss of the area. This is a weird icicle penguin thing in a suit of armor. Okay. Some kind of guardian, I guess. Name is Veltarn. If I remember right, Veltarn is kind of tricky dick to fight, actually. He's purple, so thermo rings would work pretty good. Or so you might think! Actually, you want to make sure you keep a Constitution gem on at least Fina. I would probably say keep it on Vice and Fina, because this guy likes to use a lot of status ailments, so... How does the Purple Gigas awaken? Does a machine summon it? Well, hopefully this guy doesn't summon it. Hopefully he's not a load-bearing boss, but we'll find out soon enough. It'll be first thing tomorrow, but we'll find out soon enough. Let's switch to red. I want to work on Pyrolin eventually anyway, so might as well. Glyph of Might time. So switch over to red. You can keep the Thermo Ring, I think, and then we'll go from there. I think he has some magic that he can use, so I'll use... I think if I remember right, he likes to use super moves more, though. So maybe I won't bother with Delta Shield. Honestly, for Aika, I kind of just wanted to focus. The quicker we build up Pirate's Wrath, the faster this boss fight will go, so that's a good thing. Okay, Constitution Gem and Glyph of Might for you, because you won't have the benefit of 50% less damage from, whatchamacallit. Enrique, that's not going to work as a thrusting sword anymore. It's a slashing sword now. That's not going to be good for your normal technique there, sir. Just saying. Alright, anyway, we got the Constitution Gems on Fina and Vice, and hopefully he doesn't kill me too much. Let's use Justice Shield, because I think that works on his super moves. And we'll build ourselves up, and then we'll go from there. So his regular physical attack has a chance to confuse you. So that's fun. Not really anything we got to worry about too much, but he has a couple of... he has a super move that he'll use. I think he occasionally uses Crystalline, but the main thing you have to worry about is his non-traditional regular physical attack, which is... It's basically like a physical version of Eterni, so it has a chance to inflict instant death on you, which is why I want Vice and Fina on the Constitution Gems, because Vice is the main attacker, and Fina can get everybody else up if they die, so yeah, we'll just work on it that way. I should probably put up Glyphs of Might for Aika and Enrique, actually, just so they take a little less damage. Well, no, they've got the Thermo Ring, so they're probably okay. Do I put up Healing Salves? No, honestly, no. Let's just get this over with as fast as possible. The less chance of instant death happening, the better, in my opinion, so... Alright, so we'll focus up, we'll Pirate's Wrath next turn, and then we'll go from there. I think it only takes like 3 Pirate's Wraths to finish him, if I remember right, so maybe even 2 with the red element and a Glyph of Might. I guess I could try to get Drilln on him, but it really doesn't stick with a lot of the late game bosses, so... Oh, that only hit Vice, nice. That line is a lot thinner than it looks like. Cool. Alright, 31 SP to work with, perfect. Let's start Pirate's Wrathing, and then just focus, and Justice Shield. Little SP intensive, but that's okay. I probably could use the Warrior's Heart as well, but that would mean I'd have to take off a thermo ring, so no thank you. It would make the boss more challenging, I suppose, but... eh. He's already playing with RNG fire because he has the access to an instant death attack, so let's... And I can't block it with Delta Shield like normal, so let's not. Let's just do this. Yeah, so it'll be 3 Pirate's Wraths and he'll be dead. That's cool. If you had finished one of the Legends bosses at this point, you'd have a unique accessory for Vice that increases his attack by a lot. And if you had that equipped, it would probably only be 2 Pirate's Wraths, but, well, I'm not so lucky, unfortunately, as to be able to do that. Let's Cutlass Fury, actually, and, do I need to heal? I mean, I guess I could use a Sacred's Crystal on Fina. So let's do that. Actually, Aika, why don't you focus, and we'll let Fina do that herself, because you might actually have more SP than she does at the moment. And then Justice Shield a go-go. We might not get off the Pirate's Wrath next turn, but we can always focus and then finish it up on the turn after. Maybe. Perhaps. I mean, if he sticks to Avalauncher this whole time, I'm okay with that, because that's manageable, you know. Looks like it's on Fina again, though, which is a little unfortunate. Well, she'll be alright. She's got a Sacred's Crystal coming up, so... Okay, so it might actually be 2 Cutlass Furies and 2 Pirate's Wraths. Well, that's unfortunate, but we'll see how much SP we have next turn, and I'll determine my course of action from there. I have exactly enough for 1 Pirate's Wrath. Oh no. Let's just do this, and then you throw another Sacred's Crystal for yourself, and then may righteousness be our justice. Yes, I misquoted that on purpose.
Let's try this.
I suppose I could be using Pyram on him as well, but it's an AoE attack, so it probably won't do as much as Cutlass Fury. The wonky thing about a lot of magic in this game is that it follows a different damage formula than super moves, and because it follows a damage formula that doesn't amplify the power of the magic like super moves, like, basically the formula for super moves essentially makes physical versions of super moves about 2.5 times stronger than magic in any case, and that by magic I also mean Fina's and Aika's super moves, which is why they fall off later in the game. So, a little unfortunate, but that's just the way that it is, I guess. No Justice Shield this turn. Let's hope he doesn't do anything stupid. Sure, Sacrum Crystal, why not? Or do we not need it? No, we don't really need it. Let's just do the Sacred's Crystal on Vice, that's fine. And then you guard, and then you guard. And now we get rid of him. Goodbye, Big Pengu. That went very smoothly, actually. He didn't even use Death Laser, which is the instant death attack that he has, so... Usually, he'll either never use it or he'll spam it, like, every other turn, and it just doesn't really... It can get out of hand pretty quickly. I mean, you can use Rizalum Crystals, sure, but sometimes he gets a little faster than you, and he'll just sneak in another attack, and sometimes it can get to the point where it's annoying, so... Oh, well. He drops a Crystalline box, that's not bad. I mean, we have Crystalline now, but still, I guess it's nice. Okay, so that takes care of the Guardian, but what will the Purple Gigas have in store for us when we go to find the Purple Moon Crystal? Will it be summoned by some ancient technology that the Glacians left behind? Or will we find some other method of summoning it into existence? Find out on the next episode of Skies of Arcadia Legends, the Stream Edition, which will be happening tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. I'll see all of you on the next one. And as I said, that'll be tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good one. I usually go onto this screen afterwards so I don't have to watch Vice tapping his foot when I turn off the stream and I fix everything. But in this particular case, I might actually use the menu to fix some stuff. I could use a little healing, and I think I need to put the white map back on, so maybe I'll do that in a minute. Y'all don't need to see that. It's just a little background stuff, window dressing.